Hey y'all. Hello, 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 hello. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Please get in here. Listen. Listen, listen, listen. Ooh. Yeah, y'all come on in, come through, get comfortable, hit your like button, put your like number in the chat. Hey, Carrie Clark, you on the wrong live, sis. Remember, get out of this one and go to the other one. For those of you who are in the regular live stream, if you get another notification, don't leave here and go over there. I got that there to make sure that we don't lose anybody because, you know, YouTube been acting real funny with them notifications, okay? Thank you. And please send the bubbles up, put your likes up, put your like number in the chat. We got to get through a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff went on. Let me just say this. For those of you who did not watch part 1 of the Potomac reunion tonight, I really want to let y'all know this was not what I expected. I expected them to get off to an extremely slow start as far as the action and what was said and who was talking and what we were in for. That is not what happened. That's not what happened. Okay, Carrie Clark made it over here to this live. How you doing? Anybody that's over here, if I'm pointing to you here, leave this live and come to our regular StreamYard live. Get out of the vertical, come to the regular live. I got this open just so I don't lose anybody. But listen, listen, listen. Oh, wow. I see a blast from the past. Lauren Brown in the house. How you doing? So look, y'all, it wasn't what I expected. I'm going to just tell you this before I even start greeting everybody. Let me tell y'all, it was not what I expected at all. So let's talk about what we got in the way of notes. Because, you know, the notebook is on deck, and I keep it on deck because it's easy to lose track of who was talking, who said what, when they said it. You know what I mean? And when you lose track of who actually said what and when things were said in context, that's how narratives get started. That's how lies get started. That's how it turns into 5 years later, people still saying somebody said something they didn't say. So that's why my notebooks are priceless. Let me just give y'all a quick count of how many pages of notes we indeed have. Because ladies, we have pages of notes at this point. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1/2 pages of notes. And they are legit pages. I didn't write big. Hey, how you doing? Everybody that's over here on the vertical, y'all leave the vertical. Come to the regular live. I'm only over here to make sure that I don't lose anybody. I want y'all to leave over here and come to the other live. Don't stay in this live. Come to the other live. And if I'm pointing to you over here, you already in the right place. Don't go nowhere. But if I'm pointing to you here, Ray Calderon. What up, Ray? Ray wanted a shout out. Shout out to you, Ray. But if I'm pointing to you over here, then you're in the wrong live. And I need you to leave this live and come over to the other live. Same channel. Same bat time, same bat channel. But I need y'all to leave this live and come over to the other live. Okay? So look, let me greet who's here. And we're going to get into what happened because it's a lot happening. It's a lot happening. It's a lot happening. So hold on. We got Queen of Hearts KS in the house. How you doing, sis? Thank you for being like number 1. Thank you. Thank you. We got our girl, Miss Thelma, like number 2. Good to see you. Bianca the Beautiful is holding the chat down. Y'all know we got the most beautiful moderators in all of YouTube. Nobody has moderators prettier than my moderators on the whole platform. Nobody. Hands down. We got the prettiest. That's right. Happy Sunday to everybody. Magaline Lamar is like number 2. Hey, sis. Delicia Dismuke is like number 6. All right. I'm so glad y'all made it. Adrian Marie in the house. She hit the button at the same time. That's my boo Fatima. Gorgeous. I told y'all, if y'all see a girl with a wrench, just know she bad. We don't even give out wrenches unless the girls are bad over here. Happy Sunday. Y'all hit the like button. Don't forget your engagement button on the bottom right-hand side. Tap it. Send up bubbles. Thank you, please. Thank you. All right. Who else we got up in here? Nephew Sean Living Life is in the house. How you doing? Child, I'm going to give you my opinion because the notes are on deck. The notes are here to keep everybody honest. The notes are here to keep everybody honest, because y'all know when the conversations get to rolling and people got favorites, everybody gets amnegro, and then they, catch, diabetes. Hey, Black Smile, thank you for being number 11. Lady T, how you doing? Good to see you. Priscilla Clemens in the house. Hey, girl. How are you? All right. Hi. From Cincinnati, Ohio. Hey, now we are covering the RHOP reunion. This live, I'm going to end it soon. Y'all, please don't stay over here. Come over to the regular live stream. I might leave it up for a little while so y'all can find the regular live stream. It's on the same channel. But we talking about Potomac in this reunion, and baby, a lot went on. Priscilla Clemens is number 12. We got D Crazy, D Amazing DS in the house. How are you? Hey, Baku Goy. I hope I said that right. All right. DS is number 13. My boo DV is number 13 as well. I love DV and DS. Don't forget, y'all, DV is running that reflection corner. So when y'all get crazy, don't be shocked when she tap you on your shoulder and you see that finger pointing you to the corner. You know that's where you're going. You already know. So just go. Cree B, hey boo, thank you for being number 15. We got Deborah Randall in the house. This is our sister, keeps everything straight, honey. Housewives talk is legal and regulated when Deborah's in the house. Thank you for being number 17. Iron Butterfly, hey girl, thank you for being number 18. We glad to have you. Glad to have you. We got my boo Lauren Brown. All right. First time in the chat. Hello. Happy Sunday. We're so glad to see you. Welcome. Hi, General Volume. Thank you, General Volume. Make sure you subscribe. If you're on the vertical and it's your first time kicking it with me, subscribe. Those of y'all over here, if it's your first time, let us know so we can spam the chat. Now, Lauren just told y'all this was her first time in a live chat. So I need y'all to spam the chat with the word welcome. Thank you. All right. Tell them again, Fatima, I need bubbles. Your engagement button on the bottom right-hand side, the circle with the heart emoji, hit it and send them bubbles up. Okay. Hey, Parker from Mexico. How are you? All right, Carrie Clark, that's my girl. She slid on over. Thank you for being 24. Lauren Brown is 23. I'm looking to see welcome, spam my chat, choke my chat with the word welcome. Diva Tude, how you doing, girl? Thank you for being 28. LEL is 29. Aries Sun coming in at a hot 30. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you. We got Miss Sparkle up in here, our resident Mary Kay lady. She is like number 29. Y'all get comfortable, like this video, share this video. My nephew Ian is in here. How you doing, nephew? Good to see you. Thank you for being number 35. And see, my nephews is handsome. Any of you young ladies that are unmarried, open your eyes real wide. Use your good eye, not your bad one. Dana Brown, how you doing? Thank you for being like number 38. Cynthia Christian, thank you, girl, for being 39. Welcome. I see the welcomes in the chat. It feels good. You are always welcome. I hope you catch another live. Don't let it be your last one. All right. This is our good sis from Cincinnati, Ohio. Jaquay Patton Ingram. All right. Did I say that right? Jaquay, how you doing? Welcome, and welcome again. I'm so happy to see you. So look. Hold on. There you go. Bam. So look, we're going to get into these notes. Lexus 2.0. Hello. Hey, how are you? Another pretty lady. I'm so happy to see all of you. Y'all, we got to get into this. Aqua. Okay. Jaqua. Okay. I'm too Floridian. I seen it and my brain immediately said Jaqua because that's one of my cousins, but Jaqua. Okay. I like it. I got to end this vertical, y'all. The people in the vertical saying stuff that's making Auntie nervous. They got me nervous. Okay. So let me go ahead and end that. All right. D. Anderson, y'all come over to the regular live. We still going to be live. I'm going to end this vertical, but we still live. So if you hit it, you can come on over. Okay. All right. So let me end this vertical. Like so, like so. All right. All right, all right. We got up out of there. Child, them people started saying stuff making me nervous. I'm like, I don't know if I'm grown enough for the stuff that was going on over there. They got a little too frisky for me. Got a little too frisky for me. Okay. So let's start this review. Catherine Bennett is in the house. She number 49. So glad to see you, sis. So glad to see you. So look, let me get comfortable because we got to dig in. Hold on. Wait. Before I get started, because this one is a doozy. It was a lot said, and I got to keep a lot straight. Okay. I don't think YouTube gonna knock me for cracking a bottle open. They shouldn't. Hey, you know we live on YouTube. Come on over. I'm just pouring myself a, little libation to get me through this live stream. I advise y'all to pour one too. Okay? Yeah, we live on YouTube, and YouTube is my same name on Instagram. All you gotta do is put Seanitra, it'll pop right up. Okay? So let's get into what happened. All right. DM Rocks, how you doing? Auntie Eva in the house. All right. As everybody come in, quick housekeeping. Make sure y'all greet everybody. Be kind, be nice. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you put your like number in the chat. I'm glad to have you. I know everyone else in the royal family is glad to have you. It's only funny when we kick it together. Hey, we live on YouTube. Come on over, honey. Come on over. Right now, we live. So listen. Make sure y'all greet everybody. If it's your first time hanging out with us, please let us know by saying first time or FTL for first time live so we can welcome you personally and individually because we happy to. That's my Jen. That's Mama Baby, one of my extra babies. I love you so much. I miss you. You need to call and check on me. I could have died over here. And you ain't even called to see if I need a glass of water. Well, you're gonna forget you, won't they? I love you. Y'all forgive me. I had to hit her with the guilt. And if y'all got elders in your life, check on them too. Hey, Jai Star. Hey, Yarn. Is that Yarna or Yarma? Well, welcome, darling. If it's your first time, come on over to YouTube. Come to YouTube and type my name in, Seanitra. We're live right now, and it's a whole bunch of ladies in there, and we can all have a good old time. I love you back, Jen. I miss you, girl. So listen, make sure y'all welcome folks. If somebody lets us know it's their first time, spam the chat with the word welcome. If you see a sister you ain't seen in a while, make sure that you take the time to say, hey, good to see you. I'm glad to have you. All that stuff. Everybody should feel welcome. Nobody should feel tolerated. I do need my like number in the chat. I do need my bubbles. Y'all know I'm sensitive. And make sure if you do feel the urge to cuss, and you can't hold it in, misspell your cuss words in my chat. This ain't Sunday school, but we still have to get around these people, and they got AI that be scanning the chat and all that. So please misspell your cuss words if you just can't hold them. And quick disclaimer, and I feel like I kind of have to do that when it comes to anything concerning housewives or Bravo shows. My disclaimer goes as such. I don't like none of these heifers. Okay. And I want to say that from the bottom of my heart. I don't want nobody to get this thing twisted. I don't like none of these heifers. So if you're real sensitive about your fave, this might not be the place. I'm going to say it one more time. I don't like none of these heifers. Okay. So if you're sensitive about your favorite housewife, this might not be the safest place because I don't cut nobody no slack. When they right, we call them right. When they wrong, off with their heads every single time, and everybody can get dragged. This is an equal opportunity dragging over here on the front porch. Okay, ain't nobody safe. Okay, just want to make sure we're clear. If I catch them wrong, I'm calling them out. If they off code, we calling them out. They do some old anti-black bull crap, we calling them out, and we dragging them by their edges. Are we clear? We clear? All right. Yarma. Oh, this is a beautiful RN. Hello, sis. Welcome, welcome, and welcome again. Isn't she lovely? I told y'all we attract all the pretty girls over here. They all come here because this is where they're welcome. So I need y'all to spam the chat with the word welcome for Miss Yarma B. Coley. All right. Yep, I remember your name. I need y'all to spam the chat with the word welcome. Make sure our newest sister knows that she is welcome over here because we don't tolerate folks. We happy to have you. All right. Hey, Cassandra Zika, how you doing, girl? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to go ahead and end the Instagram live. Make sure we got everybody up out of there. And we good to go. Now, let's get into it, shall we? The notes. The notes. The notes. I said spam the chat with welcome. I don't want to see one or two. I don't want to see one or two. I want to see all the welcomes. Let me put mine in there too. Because y'all know I hold up all the funk if we ain't doing what we supposed to do around here. Okay. Yeah, that's what I like to see. And make sure my likes is right too. Hey, Shakira, 19. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Richard Wilson. All right, we got the whole crew. Cassandra just got over the COVID. I'm glad you're doing better. I'm gonna take a drink for you too. Now let's get into these notes and what the hell and went on. Mm-hmm. There go Mama's Peanut. Mm-hmm. There go the Peanut. She's number 57. I know good and well y'all ain't sitting up in here and I got 20 people, almost 20 people that ain't like my video. Now, for those of y'all who are new, it's very important that we like the video and throw your like number in the chat. Moderators, keep a check on my likes. Richard, thank you for being number 56. If you forgot to hit it, it's cool, but hit it now. Hit it now. Thank you, Ian. Tell them again. Tell them again because we will be doing Duolingo. Y'all gonna be real fluent in Chinese in a minute. That's right. Ain't nobody trying to hear Duolingo tonight. He don't want to hear wubbing. Delicious. Hey, gorgeous. She's number 59. Miss Sparkle said we got 58 and 71 watching. I need y'all to run me up. Run me up. I'm going to trust you for a little while, but you know Duolingo can happen. Don't make me do it to you. Don't make me do it to you. So let's get into these notes. So first of all, the reunion started with Wendy. So I'm thinking they about to drag us. This about to be boring. Like, where we going with this? Because number one, I'm thinking, first of all, ain't but so much they could even say about this because it's still an open case. She'd be a fool to sit up in there and talk about her charges. You know what I'm saying? These charges. This ain't civil. These is clink, clink. You know what I'm saying? This is put some money on my books type stuff. Okay? So I'm thinking, here we go. So they started with the Wendy montage from the beginning when she first got on the show all the way up to her October the 9th arrest. And I remember that day very well because y'all know the menopause be having me where I can't sleep. And those of y'all who've been around, y'all know a lot of times I be up when the sun come up. I usually go to sleep when the sun come up. That's usually my alarm to go to bed, right? I agree, Belicious. She said a bit much for me too. She said a bit much for me too. Mm-hmm. She ain't supposed to say either way. She ain't supposed to say either way unless she just want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? But they started with that. And I remember October 9th because that was the one time that I went to bed before the sun came up. Peanut, the one called me and told me that Wendy and them had done been arrested. I'm like, the one time I decided to go to sleep, Wendy gone to jail. I said, that's the last thing I thought I would hear. That's as crazy as me finding out this week that 50 Cent is beefing with Faison Love. I'll drink to that. So anyway, they started with that. Then we get this segment that we saw on the trailer, on the mid-season trailer, but I honestly thought that was going to be during the season. I didn't know we was going to get that right before the reunion. I said, oh, so this is the segment with her and Wendy. This is what was going on. Yep, that's why Karen was telling her to hush it on up. Miss Barker said, you be up 40 days and 40 nights. I do. Like a whole crackhead. I be wide open. Wide open. But the one time I went to sleep, she went to jail. So we see that she let Bravo cameras in her house after the arrest. So this is after the season. Y'all remember now the season, I think the season had to finish taping when her and Eddie got picked up. And she was in that mugshot with their wig, sitting side saddle and stuff. There you go. The cameras came in the house. So it's a week after her and Eddie sitting up in the house and they talking. Now I'm gonna tell you the first thing I noticed that got on my nerves just a little bitty bit. and this ain't just because Wendy pissed me off with her mess. Is it me, or was Wendy in there baby talking? She was in there baby talking. Girl, me too. I do my best work in the middle of the night. See, it ain't just me. It ain't just me. So yeah, they brought them cameras back out when she got arrested. Sure did, just like they cracked them cameras out when Karen got out of jail. Bravo will break the cameras out. Bravo will break them cameras out. Okay, Adrian says she was baby talking. Yes, and I'm like, what is you doing? And I'm okay, you know, I get that, but baby, what we doing? Diaz say the wig made her look like she had cradle cap. Baby, it did. It looked like you could have took your rat tail comb and just scraped that off her scalp. It did look like cradle cap. It did. Yeah, she was up there baby talking with Eddie, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, Wendy, don't piss me off now. Her voice got a little more regular the most she talked, but she was absolutely baby talking. And they both were sitting there like, oh, it didn't feel real. It felt like a bad dream. Well, P.S. from somebody who done been arrested before. Some of y'all can drink to that. It don't never feel real when you get locked up. Well, let me take that back. If you just got through beating the hell out of somebody, those arrests feel real. Usually because by the time you done snapped and beat the hell out of somebody, you done already accepted, I'm finna go to jail and I don't care about going to jail. And when I get out, I'll beat you again. That's different. But if you go to jail like on something petty, or you ain't think you was finna get locked up, or you felt like, well, I slapped that hoe, but I fled the scene. Yeah, you might be like, oh, I ain't know they was really gonna pick me up for that. Hey, knowing my worth. How you doing, Latrice? Thank you for being number 65. So I get it. A lot of times going to jail don't feel real. And I could see for her and Eddie that you could tell them ain't nobody that been arrested before. It definitely probably didn't feel real for them. So I took that. You know, that's real. And then when they went to talking about the situation, it felt very poignant in that moment to see Eddie break down. Eddie broke down. He was trying to be a man about it, but he was finna cry, talking about he and his daughter voice in the background when she had to call her sister, you know, to talk to the children, and she telling the baby they'll be home. You know, she'll see her in the morning, but she didn't know whether she was gonna see her in the morning or not, because she didn't know what was gonna go on. DM Rock said she said that was her professor wig when she got arrested. Child, I ain't even gonna touch that. I ain't even gonna touch it. Delicious, you know what I'm talking about. You know, certain types of stuff. If you out here, you know, stomping heifers out, it feel real. You really be, you know, down by law at that point. Like, okay, you know, y'all, some of y'all know. Don't act like put a 1 in the chat if you ever had to put the beats on somebody, or you was close to, maybe you didn't go all the way, but you was real close to putting the beats on somebody, and you really in your heart felt like, I will beat your tail and wait on the police. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever been there, because I don't want to feel like I'm the only one. Hey, Teresa, thank you for being number 66. Belicious saying they couldn't say much in front of them cameras. Show couldn't. Hey, Miss Nisi, thank you for being 67. Okay, thank you, Cynthia, for keeping it real, because everybody else, I guess everybody else is Sunday school teachers, and y'all be acting right all the time. I did not always act right, and I didn't guarantee to act right all the time now. But, you know, that's neither here or there. Makeup addicts say 1.5. 1.5. Bianca say, sis, you know I know. Yes, I do. Yes, I know you know. Yeah, when you got your bail money. It's been times, girl, I have left bail money with my mama to go whoop somebody. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just, you know. That's why I said maybe it's just me. Good to know it's a couple of girls like me around. Okay. So listen. So then, and you know I was filing that in the back of my mind. You had to call your sister and them to get your children. You had to call your sister and them to get your children, but your sister and your mama, particularly your mama, is who you was disrespecting, but when you got in trouble, that's who you had to call. Oh, okay, Wendy. All right, girl. And she talked about being so scared, and I can respect that. Thank you for being number 69, Candy Butler. I can respect that, because who ain't scared? You know, again, unless this is a, you know, beat a heifer to a frazzle moment. Then you ain't really necessarily scared. Unless you got warrants, then you might be. And then she asked him if he felt like the arrest in that situation was going to affect their marriage. And he was like, I mean, they're gonna go through some stuff, but he said God got it. And, you know, That's who got them through the first 15 years or whatever. So I feel like they're going to be okay. I think they tried to pull some slick stuff. Somebody probably told them, "Ooh, you could do this or you could do that. All you got to do is put this on there and put that on there, and they'll pay you." And they don't even be checking that stuff. And probably usually they don't. But when you not that type of person, I said this before when they first got arrested, and I'm going to say it again because I don't know who needs to hear it. When you know that you walk the straight and narrow, you know you're not the type of person to go and try to do nothing slick. Don't do it, because other people will do slicktivity and get away with it every day, all day. The one time you step one toe out of line, the whole sky gonna fall on your head. And I think that's what happened here. And I think she put herself in the weasel suit by disrespecting her mama. I'm sorry. That's just what I believe. In my heart, I could be wrong and y'all might think something else. But I think that when you've been raised a certain way, you've been taught a certain way, you know you've been living a certain way, don't go out there and try to do what you see other people doing. You'll see other people pulling stunts, junkie stunts and everything else, left, right, and center, and nothing will happen. The minute you put your behind in that mess, everything's coming down because you don't have no business out there. And sometimes y'all, all hell break loose the minute you touch it because you're protected. And I know it don't feel like protection in the moment. Hey, Vet, this is our beauty all the way from Birmingham, UK. But it's protection. God feel a certain type of way about some of his children, and he ain't gonna let you get comfortable in the bull crap. So the minute you set your foot out there, he gonna try to snatch your whole leg out the socket so you know not to do it again. And I think that's what's going on here. And y'all kill me with the greed of it all, the greed. When it's Willie Earl and them that stay in their grandmama old house, is that the greed too? Or is it just people doing slick crap when they think they can get away with it? Sometimes it ain't that deep. Because I said what I said from the beginning and I stand by that. I don't know a Negro who ain't slipped and put something extra on. Well, we had a fire, but you know, the curtains didn't really get messed up, but I do need some new curtains. I've seen that before, and y'all have too. I just don't know why people, like I said, when it comes to these shows, everybody put on a whole new persona and start pretending like everybody in their house is John the Baptist. That's not my style, and I'm never going to do it. Sorry, not sorry. So then we get to the actual reunion. That little segment, it was cute or whatever. It was real to see Eddie break down because, you know, he's a man who actually appears to love his children and want to raise his children. But at the same time, Eddie, you made a bad decision. I don't even know what else to tell you. You made a bad decision and you led your family into some mess. And if it was Wendy's idea, you followed your wife into some mess instead of leading her. Either which way, you out of pocket, Eddie. I'm sorry. I like Eddie, but Eddie out of pocket. Hey, Venus Lacey, thank you for being 75. Linnell, thank you for being 76. LEL said Wendy and Eddie should have knew that was too much money. Right. But that's what happened when you not that type of person, but you trying to do stuff because somebody else told you they did it and got away with it. Like, don't be dumb. Say it may work on the poor people, but that was a 6-figure check. They was after. Of course, they gonna look behind that, right? And your skin is not the right hue to be pulling stunts for 6 figures. You don't pull stunts for 6 figures and you ain't, you know, a certain complexion. Come on, y'all know that. But you know, when that's not you, you probably shouldn't be trying to do that. But so in the whole process now, we at the reunion, everybody getting ready at the reunion, right? Immediately we got this scene. Hey, Gene Jones, how you doing, boo? Thank you for being, well, you number 106. What's your like number? Which like? I know I ain't got 106 likes. I would love it if I did, though. But they went straight to the scene with Ashley in Giselle's dressing room because Giselle was the one getting fixed. Ashley was standing up, unless I got it wrong. I don't think I did. And they immediately talking about what, you know, they ready. Giselle was like, oh, I'm ready to hear Wendy's State of the Union address, meaning her statement. And I felt like, okay, Giselle being shady, but that's Giselle. She gonna say something like that. And I'm pretty sure that was a knock on the fact that Wendy likes to pontificate and go on these soliloquies and monologues and all these high sounding words and stuff. And, you know, she's probably like, you know, how she gonna do this one? Because now you got to talk about this arrest, girl. You got a whole, you know, mugshot with your wig looking a little crazy. And Ashley talking about, she said she would have showed up as a nun. You wouldn't have showed up as no nun. And Ashley, we know you come from the bottom. You know how to commit your crimes, don't you? That'll never happen to Ashley. Ashley know how to commit crimes. Okay? That is Sister Underbridge daughter. So anyway, Then we see them start coming out on stage. Giselle goes out there first, and she's saying things is cute. Thank you for being number 82, Jen Jones. I appreciate you, boo. And so Andy was like, well, you're gonna sit here by Wendy. Giselle crazy behind is like, am I supposed to hold her hand? He said, just do whatever you comfortable doing, you know. So then that gave me, dare I say, a different perspective on the seating chart. I don't know about y'all. It gave me a different perspective. So I'm like, were you planning to put Giselle next to Ashley and then at the last minute decided to put her next to Wendy for emotional support? Is that what you did? Like, Andy, what was the idea behind that seating? And I thought it was very strange in a way, because while Wendy and Giselle have made peace, they still not besties. But considering the fact that Ashley pulled a Zen win in the pen stuff and, you know, the talking on the interviews, you couldn't really put her over there. So it really kind of made me look at that seating chart a little different. I said, Adrian, Giselle did look surprised, didn't she? Giselle looked very surprised that he was telling her, I'm going to put you next to Wendy. And I said, well, wait a minute. Is this an emotional support thing? Is this like, well, we're going to try to be, you know, I don't know. Something about that seemed a little odd. And Giselle's response to it gave that was the first she heard of it too. Even say out of everyone on the cast, who else would be emotional support? Ugh. Well, I guess it could have been Ashley up until that moment, child. It could have been up until that moment. So look, then after that, Stacy come out and it was like, oh, I like your dress. Baby, why Ashley busted her immediately? Now listen, we got to talk about the fact this would be the third time Stacy's done something weird with the wardrobe choices where it pertains to Ashley. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not taking it back. Not taking it back. Because the first incident was with Miss Vivian. She asked for that dress that Vivian and them had made for Ashley. They showed her Ashley in the dress, told her the dress was made for Ashley. She insisted on wearing it. Then she lied on Miss Vivian and said, oh, she was being shady and put me in that dress. Then at her sayo, which that ain't even how you pronounce the freaking word, launch, she had on a jean dress that was just like one Ed had. I was like, okay, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she ain't know. So soon as Andy said, I like the dress, and she's like, yeah, it's a Nigerian designer. And Ashley said, yeah, the same one I had last year. I say, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, and funked up that dress because Miss Vivian did say she brought that dress back stank. She did say that. Yep, and then she lied on that lady. Hey, Sunflower Place. Yes, baby, we just getting started. You right on time. Hit your like button and put your like number in the chat. Welcome, and welcome again. DM Rock said Wendy said it at BravoCon that Monique, Stacy, and Giselle were the only ones that called her when she got arrested. Oh, so it would have had to been Stacy, Monique, or Giselle, and Monique is a friend of. Stacy had first chair on the other side because she was, you know, the line liability this season. So it couldn't have been nobody but Giselle to put next to her. Okay. Thank you, DM Rocks. Little known Black history fact. DM Rocks be having a lot of fact straight stuff that I don't even catch. Okay. Fatia, hey, how have you been? It has been a long time. I missed you. Good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for being like number 90, gorgeous. So look, she was like, I just got here and you already on me, Ashley. And why they pull up Ashley's dress from last year and Stacy's dress is creepy similar. The only difference was the color of the dress. And I got to call it out because I called out Kiarna for trying to pull a dress like Wendy's last season. And copying that ugly Michelin Man blue accordion sleeve sweater. So I guess I gotta, we gotta call a thing a thing. Stacy's doing something weird when it comes to Ashley's clothing. I don't know why. Ashley is not very fashionable, but Ashley has done better since she got her divorce settlement from Michael. She has done better. I will give Forehead that. I will give her that. So anyway, that came on out. Tia came out, hugged Giselle. Giselle told her she smelled good. Lord, Evie say she admires the young hoe in Ashley. I think she does. I think she does. I really do. She is very much. And I think it's because it's not a whole lot going on. It's just who she is. Oh, thank you. This is my comfort blanket. One of my bonus children sent it to me. And it's one of my favorite blankets to wrap up in, especially when I'm gossiping. Thank you. I will tell Ty that you said so. So look, Tia hugged Giselle. Giselle was like, "Oh, girl, you smell good." Tia messy tail said, "Yes, I had." She's like, "I took a shower just for you. I had running water." I said, "Not the running water jokes." And what's her name? Angel went to making a face, and I'm like, "How you making faces, girl? People is gonna crack jokes." I don't think Angel gets that when things happen on the show, even if it's serious in the moment, it becomes a joke later. You know what I mean? Nene had so many moments on Atlanta that was serious in the moment that became a joke later. A lot of them. A whole bunch of them. Like, you done lost your damn mind. When you get your man, you come back and talk to me. She was dead serious in the moment, but like later stuff just becomes a joke. And I don't think Angel gets that. So they talk about the whole equestrian theme or whatever. And it goes to the whole memory lane, the beginning of the show. And it started out as a show about moms in a group, the Jack and Jill of it all. And yeah, in the end, complaining about the joke just keeps it rolling. It keeps it rolling. And Angel doesn't get that. She doesn't get it. And I will say this, I was grateful that Andy did not drag out over the last 10 years. I really did. When I saw the sneak peek, I was really all set to be bored, irritated, and annoyed. Shout out to them for keeping it very small, very brief. And it was very brief. How do you feel? How was it shooting without Karen? They both said it was tough without Karen, and Andy let them know Karen would be there and that she had been watching the show. And Giselle says she know because Karen been watching and texting her as she watched. So ain't no telling what all Karen thought about what went on this season. I would love to hear Karen's take on Cookie's involvement with what was going on between Stacy and Chris and Monique and all of that, because Cookie was her hookup. And I still maintain that Cookie was the one with the juice that got her in that program to get out of that jail quicker than she got out. I still say it. I'll stand by it until I find out something different. Okay? And y'all remind me tomorrow to tell y'all the dirt I done got on Portia and Simon and Fallon, because I got some new gossip. And we're going to drop it like a fresh pan of biscuits straight out the oven. Tomorrow. Don't let me forget. If y'all in Discord, at me and be like, excuse me, where is the gossip on Portia, Simon, and Fallon? Because I'm going to give it to you. Okay? So we get through all of that and we go into Andy going around the room. Like, how was this season? We got newbies, Angel, Tia, y'all were newbies. What was it like? Of course, here come Angel. Oh, I had a rough landing. One who cares. How you doing? Thank you for being 93. So she's like, oh, I had a rough landing. And, she didn't mention about making friends. He asked about, says you want to move back to your hometown and make friends. How did it go? She said rough landing, didn't mention making friends, I guess, because she didn't. So then you got Tia. She was like, well, I moved to Potomac during the COVID or whatever. And basically she had more positive feedback naturally because she had a more positive season. Stacy said the season was tough, but she liked the way she grew, and then she grew, grown with Wendy and glown with Wendy. And they were like, oh yeah, it's a word. Giselle made a face, and I'm like, Giselle, if it was a word, would you know? Not calling her dumb, I'm just saying. Okay. Adrian Marie say the heifer had a rough takeoff too. You know what? I ain't gonna send DS to pick you up for the corner, but just know the air from the corner, you should have felt it, brush past you. I ain't gonna send her for you yet, but just know. Oh, y'all, Bianca is trying to get in the corner from a text message. But listen. So anyway, past that, she said that Kiarna said her second season, she getting settled in. Wendy, he asked her what she can say about her situation. She was like, look, the investigation is still ongoing. It's a trying time for her family. The younger babies don't know nothing, but her older child saw it online. You know what I mean? Because they were not home and she had to hurry up and call her mama and her sister. Again, remember, had to call her mama and her sister. The same mama that she disrespected for a man that called her spilled milk. Y'all type spilled milk in the chat. See, this is why, even though I'm not somebody that's going to try to pretend like I feel like she robbed a church or did something incredibly heinous, because that just ain't the case. I don't have a whole lot of sympathy for Wendy because, girl, we watched you disrespect your mama on national TV for a man that called you spilled milk. And that's all I'm saying. And then when you got your behind in trouble, the first person you got to call is the lady that you disrespected for a man that called you spilled milk. And you had the nerve to say that with your full chest. You still ain't brought your behind back on television to openly apologize to your mama in front of everybody. Mama, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I was showing my behind. I'm so sorry that I was talking out the side of my neck to you. But I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. But that's why I ain't got a whole lot of empathy for her. Yes, Sean living life. Her pappy called her spilled milk. That's what he called her. On the phone with her. After 20 years of not seeing her. Spilled milk. And she disrespected her mama for that. She didn't want her mama to call him a sperm donor, but she was cool with him calling her spilled milk when she talked about how bad she felt about him being absentee for 20 years. I couldn't imagine. Lel said, and she lucky her mama didn't tell her to video call grandpa on WhatsApp to watch the kids while she in jail. Yeah, but mamas don't do that. Mamas don't do that. No matter how disrespectful these little jokers be, mamas just don't treat their children like that. Not usually. Adrian say because Wendy couldn't call her father, and that she can't call him in no situation. Name a situation she can call him in. I'm gonna wait here. All us gonna wait on you, Adrian. What situation can Wendy get herself in that she can call him? Somebody play some Jeopardy music. What situation can she call him in? Which one? I'm just saying. So the baby, her oldest boy, when grandma, Big Ma, and Candy Butler sent me a cash app, y'all. She said, happy belated birthday. Let me send a heart to my sister. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. And I love you for that. Hold on. All right. That is so precious. And I appreciate it. But yeah, and that's my first support of the whole night too. Thank you, sis. So big. That ain't all. That ain't all. Yeah, it's crickets. Quiet Storm say Wendy probably can only call up Happy to give him some money. Right. If he answer the phone. If he answer the phone. Sean Living Life say not which situation and nothing but crickets chirping. Hello. That's all we gonna get is what else can we get other than crickets? Other than crickets, please tell me what we can get. What could it be? What could it be? But that's who she disrespected her mama for. I'm gonna leave it alone. But say her baby looked online and saw the mug shots and stuff online, and that he didn't say nothing to his granny or his auntie that he knew anything. He probably was sitting there like, I don't want to get mama and daddy in trouble, because he probably didn't even know really whether grandma knew. So he wasn't gonna say nothing. And shout out to him for being a real G, because he didn't out mommy. He didn't out her. He could have, but he didn't. And what he did do was wait till she picked him up from school and then was like, where was y'all yesterday? Like a parent. I'm gonna ask you and give you a chance to tell me the truth. And she told him and say they cried and whatever. And I was like, okay, it's good that you was honest with him. And now she said they're keeping him, in the loop of what's happening so he don't have to hear it in the street. Ma'am, you should have considered if you get locked up, it's a way for you to, your children can hear it in the street. I don't care what you're doing, actually, whether you get locked up or not. And mothers have to keep that in mind, fathers too. But mothers show up. Anything you put out there, your kids can hear. Yeah, he was very mature and gave her a chance, but a child should never have to be that mature. So we have to make better choices as mothers. Same thing I said about Karen Huger. I don't care that your children are grown. You don't take a chance on leaving your children because you out here drinking and driving. That ain't what you do. So anyway, Giselle lightened up the mood. This was one time that Giselle's goofy off-color comments was right on time because it was getting heavy up in there. So Giselle was like, so you said, you know, he woke you up and said the people was coming. She said, is that why your wig was sitting up there like that? I say, yeah. That's a real good question because the wig was a little bit side saddle and the lace was sticking out like the bill of a baseball cap. It looked like she could have tilted that thing to the side like T.I. And she probably could have sang his new song that just came out. Let him know because it did look like a baseball cap, like the bill of a baseball cap in the front. And shout out to the police for letting her take a picture in the wig because if the lace was sitting out like a baseball cap, like the bill on a cap, I'm scared to know what them braids was looking like up underneath it. Now I ain't going there, but you know, I was glad Giselle shifted the conversation to the wig because that was a valid question. Wendy was, you know, they was like, was this your sleeping wig? Tia was like, was this your nap time wig? When Andy ignorant behind talking about, is there a nap wig? No, Dan, ain't nobody got no special wigs for naps. Wendy cleared it up, said this was her professor wig. I don't know what the hell you teach with that on, but okay. But it was a light moment, okay. Then they asked her about her smiling in the mugshot, and she said that the person taking the picture was like playing at her, trying to get her to stop crying and stuff, basically, because she's all hysterical. And that does happen because the people that work in jails and prisons, you know, we're regular people. We're regular people. So I can believe that. And she said, you know, he made her laugh, which is a good thing. You know, you may as well laugh because you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. So she may as well laugh. And then, of course, Andy was like, do you regret that? Do you regret smiling? And she was like, no, I don't regret smiling. Everybody go through stuff. Like, why should she regret smiling? Do she have to apologize for smiling, Andy? She don't have to apologize for smiling. No one has to apologize for smiling. I thought that was weird of him to ask. And she was like, no, because everybody go through stuff. And that's just what it is. They asked her about the toilet. And she said it was a bathroom in there, but she said she held it till she left. And we find out that she did stay in there overnight. I was like the rest of the ladies. I was under the impression that they went in, they paid their money, they got processed. You wait, you know, sometimes processing can take 4-5 hours, to be honest, depending on where you at. It can take up to that. I've heard of processing sometimes taking up to 6 hours. But I'm thinking y'all got inconvenienced for some hours and then you was out. Them people kept them overnight. And so Giselle was like, I remember we was talking about Karen, that you were saying like you feel so bad for her and you couldn't imagine, and she had to wake up in jail. And man, you know, she was like, but that happened to you. And then it happened to you. She was like, are you okay? She's like, and you talking about it like it's normal. She's like, are you okay? Wendy was like, no, I'm not okay. I'll be okay, but I'm not okay, which I can dig. Them people talking about putting you, you know, up the river, baby. Them people talking about sending y'all up, you know, up the river. I'm talking about to the chain gang. Bust the rock, Luke. Busting the rock, boss. They talking about putting y'all away. Okay. And you know, she let them know she's scared. And then so at the end of that, here come Ashley chiming in, and I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't understand why Ashley chimed in at all. You don't like Wendy like that, which is cool. Y'all don't have to like each other. None of you are nice ladies. Let's just be honest. These women have shown us that none of them have good character and none of them are nice ladies. Okay. Facts. So you don't have to, but it was just weird. You know, you don't like her. You done made your comments, Zen win in the pen. You apologize, and because she didn't take your apology, you then did an interview where you were like, well, I was apologizing to her children, not to her. And that. And then at the same time, now you up here chiming in. Well, you know, that's one of my biggest fears is to go to jail and this and that. My biggest fears. And, you know, now 2 people on the cast have been arrested and this and that. Well, Mia done been arrested too. So it ain't 2 people, 3 people from your cast done been arrested. And she talking about that's terrifying for me. Why is it terrifying for you? Is you breaking the law? Because that's the question. Unless you breaking the law, why is them going to jail terrifying you? Or are you just trying to center yourself in somebody else's drama because you ain't got no life, Ashley? Yeah, so one of y'all ask her. Sunflower Place said, I was very confused about who asked Ashley anything. Baby, if you ask me, who shall I ask? Because I was trying to figure out, girl, who pushed your button? Was y'all trying to figure it out too? Diva2 said, Ashley Slickmouth got family that's been in jail. Seriously. Girl, your mama was on that stuff and sleeping under a bridge. You're not going to tell me. Your mama man is a drunkard that don't work, and your mama is Sister Underbridge. And your grandmama is suspect because she say she liked the drunk. We seen your people. Ashley know all about jail. DS say Ashley's biggest fear should have been being with Voldemort. No, baby, she said she was all right with the Chamber of Secrets. She was trying to get that money. I was like, did they forget Mia? Baby, they done wrote Mia off like she ain't never happened. But remember, I want y'all to put a pin in this for later on, maybe seasons down the road. Remember when they were celebrating Mia for being a liar? This is why I'm saying Stacy better watch it, because Mia was very comfortable too, and everybody was celebrating her, and it was so cool that she was a liar. And it's like, Stacy, you don't want that brand, mama, because it's only cool when it's cool. Once it's not cool no more, the same thing that they celebrated you for, they're going to hang you with. I'm just saying, catch up to what's happening. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Sean Living Life say Ashley was acting weird. That part about her being afraid of going to jail was off. Is she telling on herself? Is Ashley criminally minded? Interesting. Well, we seen her people. That's all I'm going to say. Agent said Stacy don't believe she a liar. No, she knows she a liar. She just keep lying and telling y'all she don't believe it. She knows she lying. Stacy is not crazy. She knows she lying. So listen, now we get to the Stacy of it all. And because she did the Maya Angelou crap last season, Andy Cohen went there with her with the intro to the Stacy segment and talking about still Stacy rises. And I'm just like, listen. Now, Maya Angelou was a lot of things. I ain't never known that lady to be no liar. Don't try to put that on her. So we get the montage of Stacy's lies. I'm going to say this. Production is shady as hell. Now, while I don't like Stacy, and again, my disclaimer, I don't like none of them, but I especially don't like her. I thought it was shady. Why was her montage basically built around the lies she told? Stacy had some other stuff go on that wasn't just the lies she told. Did y'all notice that? The montage of Stacy's segment before we got into the Q&A and the viewer questions and feedback from other cast members, her whole montage was just like a document. It was like they were documenting her lies or something. This is why I said what I said like maybe less than 3 minutes ago. Just like they celebrated Mia for her lies and then came back and chopped her head off with them, Stacy better be careful. Stacy better be careful. They document her lies so they can double back on her with this. And the same fans that are hyping you up, oh, it's cool that she lies. Them same people, the same mouths that will tell you your lies are no big deal will be the same people that will hang you up. Because the same people that was like, oh, y'all just hating on Mia. Mia in charge of the girls. Mia be lying. Then when the lies got dangerous and weird and it involved her children and lying on her senior citizen husband, the same people. And I saw some of the same names on social media that was hyping her up for being a liar. When production decided to flip that narrative and not protect her and not try to make it look cute, the same people were dragging her through the mud. That's all I'm saying. DM Rock said Giselle was stopped by paparazzi in New York. Yeah, I saw that, baby. We saw that. You say production sick of her lying? Mm-hmm. But that was still shady. And I feel like they're setting it up in a way so that at any point, if they get tired of her, they can pull it back out. Like, I don't know. I smell trouble. My nose ain't that big, but I smell trouble. Sean says, Stacy gives me rabbit in the pot crazy. Rabbit in the pot? Really? All the way back to them? Maybe. I'm a hush. You might be on to something. Okay. So then, he says he lets her know he has become obsessed with watching her QVC videos and was like, oh, I could just listen to her voice all day. And then he was being shady. He was like, hey, couldn't you just fall asleep listening to Stacy's QVC videos? And she's like, they're very nice, very entertaining, but no, I don't think I could fall asleep to it. And I was like, good going, Kay, don't take the bait. Because Andy was looking for something there. So then he mentioned the whole Vanity Fair of it all with them saying, you know, best actor, best performance or whatever. And I was like, when they did that, I'm just sitting there like, I've seen this before. They are setting her up to take her down later. And I don't know. Maybe I'm being paranoid. Y'all know I can be. Hey, Gossip News. Gossip News says I need Stacy to go. I already knew Angel was a 1-season flop. No, not a flop. Thank you for being number 97. I need y'all to please hit that like button, please, and thank you. I appreciate you. God bless you. So listen. So then Andy was like, well, Giselle, what do you think about the Vanity Fair? And she basically was like, you know, hey, congratulations. So Stacy's like, oh, wow. Like nobody can say congratulations. Girl, it's not that deep. It's Vanity Fair. Congratulations, right? So then Andy was not happy with the congratulations. Anytime Andy Cohen asks somebody who's always shady, right? A question about you or about a person that has been like a hot topic of conversation, and he gets a very benign answer like congratulations. If y'all notice, yeah, Stacy think the lie's gonna save her spot. Mia thought that too. And then they used them to flip on her. Definitely was. And then he doubled back. And then, and if you notice, he doubled back with the direction he wanted her to go in. Because Giselle said, congratulations. Andy Cohen then doubles back and say, well, they said, you know, it's a performance or whatever. Do you feel like it's a performance? And Giselle picked up on the cue because I feel like her and Andy are butt buddies. He messy and she messier. And I think that's why they protect Giselle so much. So the minute that he redirected her to the performance of it all, she was like, yeah, like that's exactly what it is. It's a performance. And it is, in my opinion. But I'm really okay with her performing. I'm just not okay with the lying, to be honest. Stacy was like, you know, basically seeing her QVC, like you see me on QVC. So that means like, this is who I am all the time. And they're like, no, girl, you was at work performing. And that's how you act around us. And I don't, you know, it to me, it's neither here nor there. Is she performing? Yes. Without the lies, is she entertaining? Yes. So, you know, just stop lying, you know, if you can. I don't know if it's a condition. So once they got into the performance conversation, here comes the Tia and the Stacy volley back and forth over the net. Baby, the notes are here. I had to go back and run that conversation back at least 5, maybe 6 times to make sure I got everything everybody was saying that was worth repeating. So Tia was like, well, you know, I like her QVC voice and I like QVC Stacy, but she was like, on one of the cast trips, I thought she was saying it was coming back from Aspen, but she said it was one of them that, you know, she was sitting across from Stacy and she said she didn't even know it was her because the voice was so different. And I believe it. I've heard little places where she forgot she was performing and that Detroit slid up out of her. And for the record, Detroit is different from Detroit. And some of y'all know what I mean. If you my folks, I don't have to explain it. It's the difference in Detroit and Detroit. Now, when she's doing that QVC voice, she is Stacy Rush from Detroit. But when that little QVC voice slipped, I started hearing Detroit. And I knew what Tia meant, even though she didn't know how to put it. And she was like, so basically saying, yeah, I think it's a little bit of performance. Stacy got triggered. And I thought it was interesting. I like when you get triggered because then you can't fake like you want to. Adrian say, I was like, wow, Stacy has a deeper voice. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, she does. I caught her a couple times when she wasn't faking them high octaves. Okay. And this is coming from somebody like me who got a real heavy voice. I caught her a couple times when the voice dipped a little bit and she picked it back up. Stacy got triggered, y'all. Next thing you know, she calling Tia the queen of accents. And I'm like, this ain't the first time you mention this girl accent. Stacy, do it bother you this girl got a British accent? Why is bothering you? Like, I laugh at her little accent because it's funny to me. I think everybody with a British accent talk a little funny to me, but it's don't sound funny to me because I'm very Southern and very American. However, she's something about Tia's voice I feel like the same thing that made her want to befriend Tia and bring Tia around her husband, but not Wendy around her husband. The same thing that made her want to be around Tia is the same thing that she keep nitpicking at. And I think there's a little bit of envy there. I'm gonna just say that because Stacy like to be phony. And I feel like she feels like, oh, that voice is so nice. And I could be so pretentious if I could do that voice, but she ain't able to really do that. She ain't able to really, and I think it bothers her. So she called Tia the queen of accents. Dana Brown said, I'm from Detroit, born and raised, and I heard the Detroit come out of it. Didn't you? So Dana Brown, you know what I mean when I say it's a difference in Detroit and Detroit. And that Detroit done came out of Stacy a couple times. I heard it a couple times. That let me know. Teresa said Stacy's voice was heavy tonight after she got called out. Sure did. As soon as Tia mentioned that faking that little hoity-toity accent, baby, that Detroit went sliding up out of her. I said, oh, okay. B-Licious said a lot of foreign people lose their accents amongst us Americans, but it comes on thick when they with family. It's common, right? Because she actually got one. You from Detroit, girl. You ain't got no accent like that. Where you got that little funny fake phonery from? Girl. Hey, Rochelle, thank you for being number 100. Quiet Storm said the way she was saying toodle was the gift. Yeah, talking about toodle do. Girl, you was from Detroit, and the word the phrase is toodaloo. Toodaloo, not toodle do. But I guess you wouldn't know that, being that you from Detroit. DM Rock says Stacy Detroit came out of her at that event when she kicked Tia out. It did, and she tried to pick it back up with toodle do. And it just made her look even more ridiculous. Delicious say Stacy code switch and she at work. Yeah, she at work. And that's what the people telling her. You working, you performing. Stop fronting like you being yourself. You not. She only act like herself a little bit when she get triggered. Teresa, tell them again, girl. So listen. After that, Tia was like, look, I'm just saying you married up and you trying to, sound a little more prim and proper. I got tickled. I was like, Tia, did you just call this girl a hood booger? Did you just say she was a po-living heifer from the hood? Is that what you just said? That's what I heard. Now, y'all let me in the chat. Let me know what you heard, because I know what I heard. This wasn't even no shade like you, Black American. This wasn't no xenophobic, let's attack the Black American girl thing. This was some straight up classism. This was some, I was born in the money and you married some. I heard that. Did y'all hear that? Y'all heard that? Hey, I was like, whoa. Woo. I say, this is steep. Oh, this the rough side of the mountain here. This the rough side of the mountain. Hey, Divine Miss M, thank you for being 105. Yeah, B-Licious, when she said you get your A up out my bed, I was like, oh, no, Detroit. Yeah, got some news. You heard that, right? So listen, they kept going. So Giselle was like, I guess trying to bring it back to reality, because y'all know what Detroit do. Stacy, anytime Stacy in a spot where she can't defend some bull crap, she tries to escalate it into yelling and screaming so that nobody keeps it on point or what they're talking about. So she was trying to elevate. Giselle brought her back to baseline and was like, well, when did you hear Tia's accent change? I mean, the same way mine changed. No, darling, no. Giselle said, I said, when? When was it? When did you hear her accent change? She never could answer that, which was funny to me. I'm just like, oh, girl, you reaching. And so she was like, she's married to a man from Chicago. And I'm sitting there like, Stacey, I don't like how you said that. She married to a man from Chicago, but you from Detroit. So Stacey low-key was trying to be like, well, you married somebody from the hood, but, Tia still got you on that one. She say you from the hood. And we don't know which part of Chicago this man was living in, because every Black person in Chicago ain't ghetto. Just like every Black person in Detroit ain't ghetto. Just like every Black person in any metropolitan city ain't ghetto or hood or urban. But she's like, you married to a man from Chicago. And so Tia was like, yeah, I am. She said, and my children are American too. which makes sense. She would pick up some phrases or some of their pronunciation here and there, but that can't change nothing. And so I'm sitting there like, so Stacy, are you trying to clock her for not cosplaying Black American? Is that what she should do? Stacy, are you trying to tell us that you're trying to cosplay your husband people? Because that's all I heard. What I heard come out of Stacy's mouth was, I'm trying to cosplay my husband people, and I think you're trying to cosplay your husband people too. Now, that's what I heard. Mind you, I'm going to be honest, Tia did get on my nerves this season quite a few times, but I never heard Tia try to cosplay Black American. Not once. And her husband is, he really one of us. He talk like us. He don't put on no airs. He's, his dialect and vernacular is very on brand, very on code. So I've never heard it. And so Tia ate her up again. And I'm sitting there like, I'm really, y'all, balancing how I feel about hearing somebody read with a British accent. I've never heard it before. I'm just going to be honest. I ain't never heard it before. Yvette, this how y'all read over there in the UK? This was tough. I mean, it had to be the most polite reading I ever sat through in my life. And she said, I got my husband American and my children American, of course. And she said, actually, you showing your ignorance, which is funny for somebody that's always bragging about traveling and counting up all the places you've been to. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. She said, like it's an accomplishment. I said, have mercy, God. Stacy talking about, well, I think it is an accomplishment. I'm like, Stacy, you reading yourself. She reading you and you're helping. I was like, look, let me get a drink. Y'all, I was talking to the screen while I was jotting down the conversation. Stacy, you don't help nobody read you, girl. What's wrong with you? Stacy talking about, I think it is an accomplishment. I'm like, you didn't get what she was saying? She called you po and ghetto again with that British accent. I said, oh no, I was appalled. I think it is an accomplishment. Tia did everything but tell her you would think so. Because I was sitting there like, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nobody agreed with her that traveling was an accomplishment but Ashley. And she's like, see, yeah. And I'm like, girl, that's bad too. The only person that agree with you is Ashley. Her mama had her on a curb when they got evicted and slept under a bridge. This is not the person that you want agreeing with you on what an accomplishment is. It was tough. That was tough. Ooh, that was tough. That was hard to watch. Let's say Tia does it well because she speaks proper English. Most of us have an accent depending on where we live. Ooh, yeah, that was hard. Ashley said we all travel. She did say that to Divine Miss M, but she did say, well, I think it's an accomplishment. And Stacy was so happy to have somebody agreeing. But I'm like, girl, look who is agreeing with you. For the people who are like Stacy and don't understand the embarrassment of that moment. And what's sad is Stacy may need like 2 or 3 days in a translator to help her understand the embarrassment of that moment. But she telling you that you ain't used to nothing, in common Black parlance, in American Negro vernacular. She said your po living ain't used to nothing. Now that's what the hell she just said. She said you run around bragging about where you been because she actually told her, she said, yeah, she said, obviously you're new to this. She letting you know what you call an accomplishment is Tuesday for me. Honestly, that y'all, that thing had me scratching the top of my chest. I didn't know what to do. But Tia chewed her up. Y'all say ate her up. The agent said she ate her up. She chewed her up. Chewed her up. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And I couldn't believe that Stacy, I've always seen Stacy as basic, but I didn't know she was so basic that she wouldn't understand the insult and then feed into her own insult. It was just, Like, I didn't even know on so many levels how to take that. It was a lot. It was a lot. God, but I can't really defend because Stacy, you asked for that. Gossip News said Tia made me check my flight account for my past traveling trips. Yeah, you know, check your passport, make sure it got some stamps on it and stuff, because that was nasty. That was a nasty British read. Something that has never happened quite like that on a Black Housewives franchise. I ain't never seen no British read. No British, you know, low down read like that. Miss Barker says she chewed her up and spit her out. That was rough. That was rough. Tia was ready and couldn't wait for that moment. I don't know that, because that ain't how Tia started that exchange. She was simply, you know, agreeing with everybody else, like, yeah, it's a little bit of a performance. What it gave was that's what Tia thought about Stacy the whole time. When somebody rolled it off their tongue like that at you, that was not rehearsed. That was from the heart. That's what she thought about you. That's why when they went and got into the back and forth during the season, and Tia was like, okay, Detroit. When she said that, I was like, you just called that girl ghetto. She didn't flat out say it, but I caught it. That's what she thought about that girl. Stacy thought Tia was easy prey and fine. I'll drink to that. Stacy thought that girl was easy prey. She thought that accent meant that she wasn't going to handle you. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the UK, but I can tell you one thing. You know, them sisters in Nigeria, they got some mouths on them. And I think maybe the British accent made her believe she wasn't dealing with a Nigerian. You know, the people she pretend like she, you know, because she got a fake DNA test. Them people got mouths on them. I don't know what she thought. Maybe she thought the accent was going to wash out some of that, but no, it didn't. It did not. Shout out to our sisters over there in Nigeria. They got some mouthpieces. They got some mouthpieces. I'm going to give them that. They got some mouthpieces. They do. So anyway, after she told us she was new to that, Angel was like, this is a silly argument. Everybody know that's just Tia's accent. And they moved on, because Andy could see it wasn't going nowhere, but Stacy was getting, you know, ate up. Only good news is a lot of the fans might not have caught what happened. I caught it because I'm sensitive to embarrassment, and I had secondhand embarrassment on Stacy's behalf at that moment, because she didn't get it and she helped to read herself. Never seen that before either. Hey, Camille Fun, hit the like button, baby. So then Andy brought up TJ, the TJ of it all. He went back to TJ and was like, you know, let's go back to last year with the whole TJ thing. And she still, you know, he was like, you want to give us, you know, a different answer? When it comes to TJ, I'm still standing in my truth. Everybody got quiet because he was like, standing in your truth. Where the hell is that? We ain't seen it. She said she was standing in an imaginary domain, y'all. She said she was standing in her truth. At that point, I say, hey, Andy's face looked like F it too. Like he was just like, just F it all. F it all. Andy didn't even touch it no more, because what else can you do? What else can you do? So he went back there and he was like, well, did you know him when you was at QBC? Yeah. Did Timo meet him back then? Yeah. Was he the reason for your divorce? She said no. So he said, well, who filed? Well, I filed. Why production showed that she lied again that fast? Let me drink. They showed that document that she likely created on her phone and showed the girls, you know, this is what I got for the end of the marriage. Did y'all clock that paperwork that she gave them? People said that Timo or Timu, however you say that man's name, he is the plaintiff, but she sat there and told Andy she filed. Even if we was going to believe that the fake paper was real. Even if we was going to believe that, because I don't. How the hell you going to tell us that you filed and then forget that the fake paperwork you turned in said he was the plaintiff? At this point, I mean, I like Stacy, but somebody need to call a deliverance minister. Stacy got a demon. Stacy got a demon. She got a demon. It won't let her tell the truth. And y'all might laugh at me, but I'm not joking. Stacy got a spirit on her. You saw that? I filed, and the paperwork say he the plaintiff. say, oh, Gossip News say, I bet Andy is regretting backing up Stacy as his favorite housewife. But you know, that don't mean nothing. Andy will call you his favorite and turn on you in a minute. Y'all know y'all can't trust the white Powder Ranger. You cannot trust the Powder Ranger. So I caught that quick. Light them been told. Y'all pray for Stacy and pray for her deliverance. And then a viewer, you know, they be working in a viewer questions. I kind of like the way he worked them in this season. It seemed like a little bit of a slightly different format as opposed to how they normally do the viewer questions or whatever. But the viewer clocked her for changing her lie about the whole Timu in town, Timu not in town, meet Wendy. Because the viewer was like, how you gonna tell Wendy, oh, Timu only came because of you to the 4th of July potluck with Popeye's indoors picnic, right? But then when it was dinner, oh, Timu couldn't come because of Wendy and Eddie. So he couldn't come because of Wendy and Eddie, or Lord, Gossip News so sweet. Gossip News sent me a cash app with an ice cream sundae. That's so sweet. Me send a heart back. Thank you for your support, Gossip News. That's sweet, darling. He can't come because of Wendy and Eddie and what happened at the reunion, which nothing happened at the reunion, but TJ told on you to Eddie, and then you tried to lie on Wendy's husband. But then when it came to this, he only came because of you. So the viewer clocked her about that. Like, you lied. One day he couldn't come because of them. The next day he only came because of them. Like, Stacy, you just lied, darling. You just lied. Thank you so much, Gossip News. And so she tried to clean that up. Then the next day, you know, they rolled a clip. And she was like, well, I know watching the clip back, it looks like a bunch of mumbo jumbo. See, what y'all have to understand is my husband travels twice a week. And I was just not ready for him to meet Wendy and Eddie just yet. So he couldn't go around Wendy and Eddie because of the reunion, or you wasn't ready for him to meet Wendy and Eddie. It's like, even in the moment, Stacy forget what story she telling. I was just writing it down. Just writing it down, because that's why the notebook is so important. So then she tried to spin the narrative to try to throw Tia under the bus. And I'm sitting there at this moment, y'all, like, Tia just called you a broke, po-living heifer from Detroit that ain't used to nothing. And you still tried to circle the block to throw Tia up under the bus, spinning narratives and lying still. Okay. So then she was like, spinning the narrative. What I want to know, she want to redirect it back at Tia. Pay attention. The viewer asked her the question about the lies she told. She gave a half behind, beat around the bush, not truthful answer with a couple of lies in the explanation, and then tried to twist it back at Tia. What are you twisting it back at Tia for? The viewer asked you about what you said. Why on earth are you twisting it back at Tia? So she did. Maybe. I doubt it though, but maybe. Because I believe she knows she's lying. I think the truth is in anytime she's cornered on a lie, she gets agitated and starts yelling, and the Detroit comes out. So I don't think she can keep her heart baseline straight. You know, if you press her on the question, maybe when she first tell it, but if you double back and ask her, she ain't gonna be able to hold it together. She doubled back at Tia. Well, what I want to know is, if I told you I was uncomfortable, why would you repeat it? So Tia was like, you ain't told me you was uncomfortable, which she didn't. She never told Tia she was uncomfortable. She told Tia that man was going to be out of town. That's what she told Tia. She didn't say I'm uncomfortable and that's why he's not coming. She said he's going to be out of town. But when she got on that stage tonight, she tried to throw Tia up under the bus again by lying on this lady and spinning a whole new narrative. So Tia was like, look, first you never said that. Then she said, chill out. Why not just, say, hey, I got caught out there. I ain't say that right or whatever. She said, but instead you pretended I lied on you. She's like, you lied on me. She said, that's what tore it for me. And then she went on to explain later, like, I was already feeling a little uncomfortable after hearing all the stuff about you and Monique and Chris and all of that. And she's like, when I asked you about it, You was like, I don't know that man. I only know him socially. You know, I talked to him. I've spoken to him socially. I don't know that man like that. She said, and she was like, I was kind of nervous because anybody that can hold your hand and lie that calm in your face is a little spooky. And it is, to be honest with you. That's somebody that will do something to you, will set you up with the police, and then lie on you to your face. That is a little spooky. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give Mary Poppins that. She not wrong. But Stacy was like, you didn't come to meet my family. You only came to gather information to take back to your master. Your master? Huh? So Wendy is her master? Because that's who she repeated that to. She repeated what you told her, which was she couldn't come out because your husband was going to be out of town. She didn't say nothing bad about you. She said she can't come out because her husband going to be out of town. And she told it to Wendy. Is Wendy her master? So everybody up there is like, who is the master? Show enough. Who is the master? Show enough. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Y'all know I love The Last Dragon. Who is the baddest, most followed down around this town? Show enough. Who am I? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Reset. Y'all know I love that movie. So look, everybody trying to figure out who is the master. So Giselle was like, well, if that's the case, then Wendy your master. Wendy said, I ain't nobody master. And I'm like, I know that's right. You don't call me nobody master either. That was a weird way to go. And it was giving, she was trying to give some fake phony sass that she was hoping that the crowd could pick up on and repeat in comment sections, but it didn't, it flopped. It didn't really go. So anyway, viewer came in again and checked her for showing out on Tia and was like, you had a whole lot of smoke for Tia throwing her out and doing all this. She's like, when Ashley is the one who gave you hell all season. And I said, finally somebody said it, because I've been saying it the whole season. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all heard me saying this all season. Giselle and Ashley gave her hell, but she kept pretending like Kiarna was her problem. It was Kiarna. She want to fight me. She aggressive. You always being negative when it come to me. Kiarna started responding to her, but in the beginning, Kiarna wasn't doing nothing to her. Ashley has been coming for her head. Since the first episode. And she ain't got no energy for Ashley. Instead, she kissing Ashley behind, which is why I don't care what nobody say. I clocked Stacy's anti-blackness from the giddy up. I clocked it from the giddy up. When she kept trying to paint Kiarna as aggressive, combative, she wants to fight me. She's always out to get me. Why don't you like me? Just nitpicking with Kiarna. And I'm like, y'all know I can't hardly stand Kiarna, but I can call a spade, and my eyes might not be big and pretty like my daughter's, but they work. I saw what I saw. She was comfortable spinning that narrative on the only other darker complected, black presenting Black American girl on that cast. But kissing Giselle and Ashley's yellow tails. I saw her 100 miles away. And I'm glad this viewer clocked it. So when it came to Tia, because Tia repeated something and got you caught up in your lies, you going at Tia 100 miles an hour. I guess her skin met the threshold for who you could attack. I guess her skin met the threshold, because she sat up on that stage and she still couldn't defend while she was kissing up to Ashley and trying to get her to go with the woman husband over in Aspen and all this other weird stuff after Ashley done called you every brand and flavor of liar she could come up with. Jay as a gym mate say, you sure did. Thank you, boo, because you know I called it out. She couldn't even defend it. She was just like, no, she don't regret, acting like that with Tia. Of course you don't, because you don't have any scruples, because you have bad moral fiber. This is why this is one of the major reasons, like the biggest reason why I cannot stomach Stacy. Now, you being a liar, I don't like that very much. I don't. But you being anti-black with your black behind, that really irritates me. And I'm glad a viewer checked it, because everybody else was playing stupid and crazy in the comment sections on social media, pretending that they didn't see a vast contrast in your reaction to these women, 2 of which have rolled her like an old country mule. No smoke, little to no smoke. Tia simply repeated a lie that you told. You didn't tell her, don't tell Wendy. You said it matter of fact, like it was nothing. And when she repeated it, you've been just attacking and attacking and attacking and attacking. I guess she had the right color profile. All right, Stacy. But shout out to that viewer. I should have got her name. The next viewer checked her on the cannabis line. And when she couldn't answer for why she flat out lied, Andy was like, can you admit? Well, I can admit that there was a lot of ideas I was kicking around. Girl, you just blatantly lied. They asked you point blank and you said, no, absolutely not. It wasn't absolutely not, because you absolutely were working on the cannabis line. Just lie. And so she tried to deflect. Well, I didn't owe you that, Giselle. It's not about what you owed anybody. You could have simply said, I'm not answering that. Why did you lie? Why was the lie the easiest thing to do? I think that's a fair question. Like, anybody who's not a weirdo, I believe, would ask that same question. Like, what was the reason for lying in a moment like that? You could have simply said, girl, I'm not answering that, and left it alone. You could have said no comment. You could have said anything, any number of things other than a freaking lie. Like, you really could have. And I was actually glad Giselle left it alone, because it ain't no point in beating a dead horse. She was not gonna, ever be accountable and be like, you know what, that was messy, that was ugly. I didn't have to lie, and I did. That's never gonna happen with Stacy. She will just keep lying. So then Andy asked Wendy about the naming of her line with the Yoruba name or whatever. And Wendy said she felt like she was trying to take a shot at Wendy, like, not only am I going to do it, I'm going to give it a name from a tribe that's prevalently in Nigeria, because, you came and repeated what TJ told Eddie at the reunion, which still, I'm just like, girl, bye. TJ said it. Why would they not repeat it? It happened at the reunion. She's another angel when it comes to that. It's like they don't understand how housewives work. So then a viewer asked Giselle, Ashley, and Kiarna, why y'all, lie checking? Like, if her lies ain't hurting y'all, why is it not okay for y'all to just let the lies go? Because this is housewives. If somebody got a scandal, people call it out. If you get caught in a lie, people call it out. If you tricking on your man, they call it out. Even if it ain't true, they call it out. And you have to either say it's true or it's not true. They call it out. It is what it is, right? So Giselle was like, first of all, we in LA, a well-known actress, show us the stuff. She was like, let's be real. Was we not going to talk about it? And I had to stop and think about that. Now, when it came to the drama that came with Eddie and Wendy, few seasons, like their second season on the show, after Wendy had got her surgery on her body and got fine and stuff, and they went bringing up old lies from a blog that everybody had debunked, bringing it to the show, and it didn't happen like right then. I was like, okay, Giselle, you reaching, because that lie had been so old. If the lady had really been pregnant, like, what was she pregnant with, an elephant? Because it had been like 2 years, right? 2-year-old stale stuff from a blog that lied on everybody, the same blog that told everybody that she had the bump. Why would you bring that 2 years later? But considering the timeline, considering that they had just sat on that reunion stage and TJ had done told them, oh, she paid me to be here. And then right before filming, her and Ashley in LA, and somebody comes showing them pictures of court papers on their phone where TJ is suing you because you did agree to pay him and didn't pay him. It was a legit question. Were they expected not to mention it? They're gonna mention it. I'm sorry. Like, this is Housewives, and I'm sorry. Giselle had a point. She said for them not to mention it, that wouldn't have been authentic to the show. When Ashley's husband Montgomery Burns got caught, what was that, Vegas? One of y'all tell me in the chat. And we had took the prostitute back to his hotel room. Was that not mentioned right there on the show? Because Stacey talking about y'all were not fair to me as a woman. What you mean as a woman? You ain't say that man assaulted you or touched you in a private place. The man said you paid him to pretend to be your boyfriend. What that got to do with as a woman? Let's really talk about this. Your other sister from Detroit, thank you, Always 12. Always Z1 to you. Housewives are centered around gotcha moments. Thank you for being 119, Sharon. Thank you, sis. Yeah. Why would they not mention it? Her other Detroit sister, Kenya Moore, ain't been able to get away from the fact that her first season, just like Stacy, I feel like she got the idea from Kenya. When Walter was out there on the radio shows and stuff telling people that Kenya paid him to be on that show, people ain't let Kenya Moore live that down yet. People still cracking jokes about renting men on Kenya Moore today. So what does Stacy mean as a woman? Y'all weren't fair to me as a woman. Girl, listen, Stacy, go to hell. If you dare to do it, why can't people talk about it? You want to show where people talk about what you do. People talk about what you wear. Karen Huger had to turn lemons into lemonade when she had that wig that was up there breakdancing on her scalp. Y'all remember that? Karen wigs was shifting, was doing the shabadoo on them. Karen had to turn lemons into lemonade and start her own wig line. So I don't know what Stacy is smoking. Quiet Storm says she offended me as a woman by being desperate enough to pay a man to be her man. Fair play. Always Z1 to you says, and just better hope you got your moment. Don't jeopardize your character, family, or freedom. Very true. Very, very, very true. He got caught at the Watergate Hotel in DC. Okay, that's the one. I thought it was Vegas. Okay. My bad. I knew one of y'all to tell me where it was. So then Tia was like, asked her flat out. She was like, Stacy, can you not see like every time and to you, you're the victim? Like you cannot be the victim every time. And she's not ready to just accountability makes Stacy itch. So Andy was like, look, going forward, Stacy, you know, what are you planning to do so that the ladies can have a little more confidence when they're talking to you, you know, in what you have to say to make them believe you more when you talk? This fool said that she need to be more direct and stop beating around the bush because it can be misconstrued. Ashley say, or dishonest. I said, oh, wow. LEL said, do we remember when Karen was wearing them inherited wigs from her ancestors in Surrey County? Yes, we do remember when Auntie Karen's wigs were drunk. I remember when her wigs was very drunk. Matter of fact, you the first one going to the corner. DS, come and get your sister. This one. DS, where are you? Paging DS. Come and tap on the shoulder. That is a 15-second violation. So then Andy was like, you know, gave her the little bug in the ear. And I'm sitting there like, my spidey senses were not far off. Not far off. Andy said, you know, sometimes when a housewife is getting asked up by the fans, it can go to their heads. Like, you don't think that's going to happen to you, right? And she was like, oh, no, it won't happen to me. It ain't going to happen to me. I'm like, girl, it's already happening to you. That's why you said that stupid line about you got to report to your master, because you was hoping that was going to do something to the idiots on social media, and it just went over like a lead balloon. So anyway, they had their little lunch break moment where it was like, oh, lunch in, 30, 40 minutes or whatever. Stacy and Ashley had their conversation about the liquid IV drink and vitamin D shots in the booty. I always got mine in the IV, but I guess. Then we got an angel segment. Child. This was something else. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I don't think Andy really cared for Angel that good. What y'all think? In the chat. If y'all think Andy is really digging Angel, put a 6 in the chat. If y'all think Andy is kind of over Angel a little bit, put a 7 in the chat. Let me know what y'all think. A 6 if y'all think Andy is digging Angel. A 7 if y'all think he might be just a little bit over Angel. Because something felt a little funny in how he was talking to her to me. It felt a little funny to me. Y'all got some 7s too? I need to put my 7 in the chat because I feel like it was a little funny. Like the way he was talking to her felt a little funny to me tonight. I'm just going to be honest. Because when I'm watching these shows, I'm literally watching with the pen in my hand. And I don't just take notes on what people say. I make little notes when I see facial expressions and tone changes. And when he was talking to Angel, felt a little funny to me. DS, put yourself in the corner. That is a 19-second violation, ma'am. I forgot Angel was there looking like Tickle Me Elmo. 19 seconds. Take yourself. Put yourself in there. 19. Gossip News says, wait, Michael was caught up in the Do Moy Club that's primarily based in New York City. Based on that, he had to have local for him to be able to watch Dean. So yeah, it was the Watergate. Okay, I believed you the first time. L said 6. I feel like she coming back. They keep mentioning that house she bought. I didn't say she wasn't coming back. I'm saying he act like he tired of her, like he don't like her that good. Not really over her. I just think he don't care for her at all. That's what I mean. Like he don't seem real invested. You see how out of line she is? That's why she's in charge of the reflection corner, because she won't stay out of there. She won't stay out. And I don't know what I should do to convince your sister to stay out the corner. Always one to you says, and an 8. If Jizzy tell Andy don't bring her back. Ooh, that's true. That can kind of go if it lines up. If Giselle is out to get you, and we all know that she's absolutely Andy's pet, we got to consider if you got enough fan capital, like fans that really like you, that can help you. But Angel didn't really do herself a lot of favors with the fans either. So let's get into her segment, right? So we get the Angel montage. And it was a sad one. It was filled with the chin check and the catfish, the Wendy attacks, the eviction talk, and all that stuff. So he asked her, like, well, where you staying now? And I think a lot of it, and this was one of those moments where I said, I didn't like how he asked that question. And maybe I'm hypercritical because, y'all expect me to be critical. Y'all come here and hang with your big sis or your auntie because I'm critical. Hey, Belize and JB, thank you for being 122, baby. But I felt as though the way he asked that question to me was reminiscent of how he kept asking Ashley about that divorce. Think about that. Put a 4 in the chat if y'all get what I'm trying to say. It felt the way he asked. It was like, it was no confidence in the way he asked that question. I didn't like the way it felt. Y'all feel me? Yeah, I was like, Andy, why did you do that? And it was the look on his face. When you go back and rewatch it, or when they put it on Peacock tomorrow, look at the look on his face when he asked her that. Teletubby? Yeah. That too is a 19-second violation. DS, come and get the Divine Miss M. She gonna do 19 seconds with you over there. Come get her. This one right here, the cute one in this picture. Come get her. Gossip News said, I feel bad for Angela a little bit. I kind of like her now. I don't. Not tickle me cat. Hey, DS, when you come get Divine Miss M, get Sean too. This is a 21-second violation. Tickle me catfish. DS, come get them both, him and her. They can help you, line the chairs up or something. Come get them. Tickle me catfish. Nope. So listen. She's like, well, we back and forth. We're back and forth. And I'm sitting there like, but you back and forth, but you bought the house in Potomac. Andy is sitting there on a razor's edge. Like if this so-called house ain't finished by the time for taping, don't worry about it, because that's the attitude that I was getting off of him. So they still staying in Colorado, basically. She tried not to answer the question. Yep, she came to get both of you. I'm glad, yep, y'all are all friends. Hold hands and skip on over there to the corner. So when he asked where y'all living now, she could have just said, we still in Colorado. We bought a house over there. We still in Colorado. She's like, we back and forth between the two. How the hell are you back and forth? And you say the one you bought in Colorado is still in renovation. Don't start that line, Angel. I'm already suspecting you about that Airbnb house and you filming from the driveway. That whole scene of Angel filming from that driveway gave me, you rented the Airbnb, which is fine, while you're looking for a house. but it gave that you did not get permission to film in them people's house, and that's why you ended up the last scene at that house filming in the driveway, playing with that half empty bag in the back of your truck. I peeped that. Lel said if they do her like Nakatara, because I will not say her name right because she don't respect herself. Let her buy a house in Potomac, then cut her. Ooh. Well, I mean, that would be rough, but she said she wanted to move back home anyway, and Potomac is back home for her. DS said Angel knows she's in Colorado coming around the mountain when she come. Yes, she do. So after that, then Ashley was like, oh, is it 30 acres like that? When she was like, no, but it's got a lot of acreage. And then she tried to throw a shot at Ashley was like, well, if you lived in Potomac, and Ashley said, I could have, and I chose not to. Which she could have, because Michael would have bought her house in Potomac. At that time, Michael just wanted her to be able to film and he not have to. So she said, I could have and chose not to, which makes sense too. If you got a couple million to spend and the difference of a zip code determines how big of a house and how much house and your taxes and stuff, you make decisions. But that's why I say Angel come across as new money too, because she way too impressed with stuff. And I think the things that she's able to do, she in her mind believes other people can't do. Montgomery Burns was not broke. Mr. Burns was not broke. He was cheap. That's why he had Ashley dressing out of Forever 21 and Charlotte Russe. Montgomery Burns was not broke by any stretch of the imagination. He was a real colonizer. Like we saw articles of him like within 2 years ago, still getting money off mineral resources in Africa. He's still literally colonizing. So that man got money. She's where she at because that's where she want to be. Angel be talking like the little stuff that she has, which is very nice things. And I love seeing Black families with money. It makes me excited. And I think we should all be excited and tap into them blessings. Like, Lord, why I seen what you done for others, but you should never get it in your mind that you the only person that can do some stuff. Like when she told them ladies, well, I'm the reason you on a private jet. You also was the reason they couldn't wash their tail. And every one of them ladies sitting on there could spend $8,000 to rent a jet to Aspen. It's $8,000, baby. I know girls go with dope boys that could do that. I know some girls that go with dope boys who do that. It's just, sometimes, as she say, she be having too much dip on her chip. I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, there it is. So anyway, after that little exchange, Wendy was like, not Wendy, I'm sorry, Angel basically let them know that she was, really upset about, seeing Giselle and Ashley and Wendy talking about her and this and that, and said she was on this back and forth and not feeling welcome, not feeling included, not included. She said like she fit in or like she was accepted or wanted in the group or whatever. And so Wendy was like, why wasn't you mad at Tia? Because she the one came and told that you got put out. But you mad at us for talking about it, but you wasn't mad at Tia for telling it. And so Tia was like, oh, she told me about that. She did talk to me about that. And so then she had to acknowledge that, she, regardless of whatever, she didn't have no business repeating that. It wasn't her business to repeat. Okay, fine. No problem. Because they had asked Tia, asked Angel, did Tia help you find a house? And so she was like, no, I didn't show her the house. She's like, I came on the show to make friends. I didn't come on the show to get clients. Like, that ain't what I came on the show for. And I'm like, okay, because I was wondering, Tia, I really was wondering. I don't think she came to get clients, but I think she wouldn't have turned down a client because who the hell would? Okay. Who the hell would? Okay. So, that's when she was like, because I think it was Giselle was like, well, we know you ain't come to make friends, and you made it clear you ain't come to make friends. And that's when she was like, but I saw that y'all was talking about me. In a moment, you didn't see them talking about you. You just wasn't trying to make friends. It's what you wasn't trying to do. So anyway, after they had the whole, Tia told it, but you got, all this animus over here, but Tia the one told. Nobody could have talked about nothing if you hadn't told it. If Tia hadn't told it. So Andy told her, like, your tone did change on the chin check of it all. It did change on the chin check. And so Wendy asked her at that point, she was like, can you see why I felt like this is weird? 1 minute you had this type of energy. Oh, she said this is a problem. Then when y'all sit down, you was like a whole nother person. And so Angel was getting ready to respond to Wendy, and Kay was like, well, I got something to say. No, I got something to say. And so she was in the middle of answering. Wendy was like, well, Angel, go ahead and finish what you was going to say, right? Go on and finish what you was going to say. And she was like, no, I want Kay to say what she wanted to say. So Wendy was like, what kind of friendship is that? This seemed controlling as hell, which it is, which is why she could say she gonna chin check her. Then when Kiarna cut in, she didn't even have nothing important to say, y'all. She talking about, I just wanted to say, that I'm sorry for, saying that in that moment. I was really upset and I didn't mean that. You had already apologized for that. So why did you need to say that again in that moment? You just need to be seen. And it reminded me of that weird scene with Kiarna and Wendy at Ashley's weird second bloom bordello, stripperella party, where Wendy and Giselle was sitting down talking about her dress, and Giselle was like, girl, I had one like that. You trying to be like me? They having a little kiki. Kiarna sit down while they talking and was like, excuse me, like they were supposed to stop talking the minute she got there. Kiarna is showing that she can be territorial and try to be controlling with anybody who's even remotely friendly with her. And it's like, you can't control people. Like, you're weird. But apparently she can control Angel, and we saw it again tonight. So then Angel eventually was like, yeah, I'm looking back, I can absolutely see that. And I had too much dip on my chip and I was doing a lot. Okay, cool. Andy got to the catfish of it all, right? Giselle explained the catfish again, because I felt like in the season, Giselle explained the catfish to her in the season. Like, hey, I think you're beautiful, but the picture I saw didn't look like the pretty lady that's in front of me. You real pretty, but the chick on the picture don't look like you. That look like a whole different pretty chick. And so Giselle repeated the same thing she said in the season, which to me says Giselle is telling the truth, because y'all know when Giselle lie, her lies be morphing like a Power Ranger too. Her lies change like by the minute, like they Transformers, like they from I don't know whether she a Decepticon or she would Optimus Prime them. I don't know. Autobots or Decepticons, I don't know. But when Giselle lie, her lies don't stay constant. Y'all know we did a whole live stream breaking down all the lies she told on Chris Bassett. When she was lying on Chris Bassett, every time she mentioned the situation, the lie changed. Tonight, when Giselle explained the whole catfish thing, the story was like verbatim. So that says she ain't lie. She was merely saying, girl, that picture don't look like you. And it wasn't no diss. It wasn't no shade. It wasn't nothing nasty. Like, girl, what the hell you did to that picture? It should have been a lighthearted moment, but they didn't know Angel well enough to realize ain't no lighthearted moments with Angel. Unless you singing her praises and pretending like even when she mess up, she cool, it ain't going to be lighthearted. Which I can see why her and Kiarna are friends, because they both weird and delusional as hell. Okay. Now, she explained it again. And like she told her, she was like, we talked about it. You know what I mean? We laughed it off. She was like, even later that night, which remember when they got back to their accommodations in Nevis, they was sitting around drinking, having a good time, I guess eating cakes or snacks with Wendy. Kiarna went to their room, but she hung down there with the girls. They laughed it off. She cracking jokes about it. And then by the next morning, just like Giselle said, by the next morning, you upset about it again. You upset about it again. She apologized to you in that moment. And like she said, you ain't let it go the whole season. The whole season, you didn't let it go. You just hanging on. It's like, come on, mama, move past it. So then Wendy called her out again. And she was like, well, Giselle, she said, so when Giselle called you a catfish, right? She said, who called you a catfish? Giselle. Giselle was like, yep, I called her one, right? And so she was like, she called her out about the fact that you was hell bent on blaming me for it, even when everybody around you told you I never said it. Which is true. Everybody around Angel told her Wendy never said it. She said, and you still kept that same energy at me, like I'm the one that said it, even with everybody telling you it wasn't true. And she was like, well, I already said that, I had too much dip on my chip. I was doing a lot, and I had this and I had that, whatever. You was just wrong. Just admit that you was wrong. You attacked that lady for no reason, and you was wrong, and it was corny. Quiet Storm says she might be bipolar. She could be. That's a real thing that can happen to women sometime. And you know, she just had them children, so I don't know. Childbirth do a lot with your chemicals in your body. I'm not making no excuses for her. I'm just pointing out the obvious. Always says angels need to take note out of her sister's book. Absolutely no backbone with the ladies, Kay or Bobby. Well, she have a backbone with women that don't do nothing to her, but apparently the women that give her hell, you know, she quiet as a mouse. So Andy was like, asked her about the Forrest Whittaker of it all, the Forrest Whittaker comment. Because I was just like, yeah, people did give her hell on that online. They did. They really did. They really did. And Wendy even clocked it. She was like, we already see that you see Giselle as like a big sister, but she the one said all this stuff to you. Me for laughing, I'm Forrest Whittaker and all this other stuff, monkey lips and all this, whatever she said, all this weird stuff, right? And she was like, well, I already said that it was, because of prior stuff. What prior stuff? The girl didn't do nothing to you. There was nothing she did to you. I already said it. I'm sorry. And that's what it was. Now, either you accept it or you don't. Girl, you was nasty to that lady for no reason. And then when she returned your energy, you became a victim. You were nasty. You were nasty. And then Wendy took it there and she was like, basically like you complain about people talking about your aesthetic, but then you'll talk about somebody else's aesthetic, and then went so far as to call that, that woman a man, talking, comparing her to a man. And Wendy ignorant tail was like, so it would be cool if I compared you to James Earl Jones. And at that point, I was ready to go. Because not James Earl Jones. What did he do to anybody? What did James Earl Jones do to anybody? I say, Lord, this going too far. So I was glad that left. And then a viewer asked Angel, looking back at the season, can she understand why some fans was calling her and Kiarna sadness and madness? Angel said that no, she felt like her and Kay was a joy to be around and they was real pleasant. And Giselle was like, the fans definitely don't think so. Kay was like, she could see how people could think that, but she got along real good with 85% of the cast. And I'm like, 85% ain't but a handful of people there. Who is the 85%? Did you cut one of the people in half, Kiarna? But she said that she don't think it's true either. Yes, girl, James Earl, white woman loving blue vein society Jones. Yes, that one. Those are people too. Apparently we can't throw them away. They still exist. That's why Giselle is there. Yes, Darth Vader catching strays. Thor Sadoon from Conan the Destroyer. No Nick said that about Wendy. Yes, she said that about Wendy. Yep. Hey, DS, come get Jay as a gym 8. Come on, get her. 16-second violation. Yes, James Earl Jones, Edward James almost. Yes, that was Mia. Yes, indeed. So then Angel said, after Angel told her she thought her and Kiarna was a joy, I tuned out. Because if you felt like y'all was a joy, there's nothing we can tell you, because y'all are completely beyond redemption. Your delusion is beyond redemption. My sweet say, looking at it now, can't see anything. I don't know what you mean. So then Andy asked Ashley about bringing the catfish to that indoor potluck Popeye's chicken 4th of July picnic. And she said it was just a joke. It was meant to be funny. I think it should have been funny. Why wouldn't it be funny? Like it was something that was serious that was turned into a joke. If anything, Angel should have sat down and got 2 pieces of catfish with some mustard, hot sauce, and light bread, and had her a cup of Kool-Aid and had a good old time instead of being so uptight. Everything is not personal. Everything is not just that. And she was like, well, you knew that it upset me. Like, girl, get over it, right? So then a viewer told Ashley, like, you normally be messy and stuff, but this season you was mean and nasty. Ashley said, nasty to who? And so Angel hurried up and said, me, Stacy, Andy, and the Wendy after filming. I don't see it. I don't see it. Let me know in the chat. Do y'all see it? Jazz the Gym 8. Bianca say that they got wine, liquor, and wings in the corner. DS done came and picked her up, and you say y'all got libations in the corner. So look, my thing is, when was she mean and nasty to Stacy? Stacy kept lying, she kept clocking her. That's what happened on the show. Angel, Ashley didn't even do that much when it came to you. She really didn't. She really didn't. Giselle embarrassed you with the catfish. Ashley didn't do a lot when it came to you. She really didn't. I didn't see it. Right, Sean Living Life. Ashley was just being Ashley. And I don't like Ashley, but y'all know I don't practice lying, and I don't like people who do. I'm not going to lie on the girl and say she was mean and nasty. I don't see it. Even what she did, what Wendy was concerned, was it her being a little, but that's just Ashley being Ashley. I didn't see her being particularly mean and nasty. Gossip News said Ashley is her usual self, messy as two demon cats. There you go. I never would have drawn a parallel between her and two demon cats. So thank you for that, nephew. Also, Ashley was like, when it came to Wendy, that she said she was joking because, I didn't think it was that serious. You was smiling in the mugshot. Girl, it's 16 charges, and you still taking shots about it. So quite obviously, you knew it was serious. You just was like, this is my moment, so I'm going to take the shot. Like, that's all. Wendy was like, girl, I would believe that, but I received other information. I'm like, girl, if you're going to mention the information, then come on with it. I don't like people. Let me know if I'm the only one. Let me know if I'm the only one. But I don't want you to mention that you got information to me unless you're going to give me the information. If y'all with me on that, give me a 9 in the chat. Because if you tell me, girl, I done heard something about that, you could have kept that. Unless you're going to tell me what you heard, you could have kept it. DS Gossip News want to go to the corner. I don't know why he want to go. I see the 9s rolling in. I don't like that, Wendy. Because if you heard something or somebody brought you something on her, you could have said, girl, I was told X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, and Z, 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 and Z. And so based on that, I don't believe nothing you saying. I was giving more information. Let me know you had a hidden vendetta. And then Ashley was like, no, and then outed herself. Well, when you first came in the group, you was looking down on people. So you still holding on to that. So you did have a hidden vendetta. Ever since she told you it's Dr. Wendy to you, sweetie. You've been pissy ever since, just like you was pissy with Candace from day one because you realized she was better than you. You are Sister Underbridge daughter who once sat on the curb after your mama got put out her house. And Candace represents Black excellence and generational wealth. She's everything that you wish you were, and you had to go sleep with an old man and play connect deliver spots to get your coin. You resentful and you held on to it. When it come to Wendy, you held on to the fact that she could tell you she was Dr. Wendy to you, sweetie. And you just a girl that did pageants and came from the trailer park and managed to sleep with a corpse and come up on a coin. Now that's what happened. And you held on to it and you played nice, nasty, played the long game, grinning and skinning in her face. And you knew you didn't like the lady. So when she fell, you were excited. Just own it, Ashley, because the minute she called it out, you hit it. Talking about, well, and so Wendy was like, the way you view me don't have nothing to do with, who I am. You know what I'm saying? You felt like I looked down on you because of how you felt about how I felt about myself. This girl said, but I don't vilify my accomplishment. First of all, how can you vilify an accomplishment? That statement would mean that you were calling your accomplishment itself the bad thing that happened to you. What she's trying to say is that Wendy weaponized her accomplishments against other people and made herself a villain. But, I guess when you're not that educated, you don't really know how to use words. Wendy said, after she said, I don't vilify my accomplishments, Wendy said, that's because you don't have any. Child, listen, the trailer park Hellcat came up at Ashley. BFU. What? I mean, like the attitude, like she was exasperated. She didn't know what to do. And my thing is, Ashley, what are your accomplishments? Baby, what did you accomplish? working in a bar, licking on random women on national television, straddling a mummy that you was married to, giving birth to them 2 children that look suspiciously mature. What have you accomplished, Ashley? Now that was cold. That was cold. Wendy's still one of the coldest cutters at camp. She's still one of the coldest cutters at camp. Because she got her with a one-liner. That's because you ain't got any. And she talking about, I had one social security number. Well, ain't none of Wendy's charges saying that she got more than one. You was grasping at straws. Miss, I didn't think it was serious and I was just joking. You wasn't joking because you still hoping for her downfall, talking about I got one social security number. So do she. Even when they tried to talk about the amount of cards in their wallet, they never said them people had more than one social security card, Ashley. That was weak. But it don't change the fact. Can I do the Whitney Houston? I have nothing. Yeah, that's what Ashley got. Nothing. She has nothing. Now you got your coins, as you should. Because if I straddle the corpse, I'm getting paid. Oh, I'm getting paid. Make no mistake about it. If me, a whole Nitra, got to bring myself down to kiss on the corpse of Imhotep, I'm going to get paid. So she should get paid. And I was always, on her side when it came to that. Once you get away from Montgomery Burns, old Monty Burns, Ashley get paid. Get paid. So that's what happened at the reunion tonight. I'm interested to see what happened next go round, because on the coming attractions, I heard something that didn't sit right in my spirit. We got to talk about this. Did y'all see in the coming attractions, Jossie told Kiarna, you stole Greg from his wife? Where my drink? Did y'all see? Jossie told Kiarna, you stole Greg from his wife. I said, puzzle solved. Puzzle solved. Conundrum over. There is no more conundrum. The conundrum has been unconundrumed. That's why she willing to accept picture frames. Belicious say show did, and I believe it too, because now it makes sense. Old husband snatcher. Listen, one thing about that Jossie be getting on my nerves, but every now and then when Jossie drops some heat, she drops some heat. Just like she dropped that. Kiarna, you were sitting up talking about Wendy. I say, now she done slid up in there talking about some cotton picking. You stole Greg from his wife. That's why she can't bother him about no marriage. Girl, you don't respect marriage, if that's true. And she told you that to your face. DS say that's why George Jefferson won't marry her, because she was comfortable to be a side. Yep. If you ever accept that side position, trying to maneuver that into a wife's spot, it's a tough. Listen, that's like trying to parallel park a semi truck. Ooh. Y'all don't tell me Kiarna was up there singing As We Lay. Girl, always, we don't know that her mama know that she stole that man. She might not be telling her mama the truth how she got that man. Kiarna up there singing As We Lay. Yes, we stolen this moment. Y'all sing it in the chat. We forgot to face one simple fact. Come on, y'all in the chat. Come on. We both belong to someone else. As we slept the night away, as we lay. Yeah. Even say her mama probably don't know, but that's why she pretending she cool with not being a rain girl. Yeah, because she was telling him she the one want to be your wife. I'm just happy to be with you. That's right. You forgot to face that simple fact. Girl, you know the other line in that song. I know you got to hurry home to face your wife. Yes, he had to hurry home to face his wife. Let me find out Kiarna was sitting up in there singing as we lay. If she ain't too slick, she gonna be singing congratulations. Because you know that's how it go. You be sitting up there. Yep. Be sitting up there laying up with somebody else, man. And then him and the woman split. And before you know it, he jump up and marry somebody else. Now, if he pull that on her and that girl end up having the same Vesta Williams, saw an old friend on the street. I would hate that for her. For her to be sitting up there talking about, I thought it would have been me. Hey, standing there with you. She up here taking picture frames. He telling you he ain't gonna do it. That's why she willing to play house and help him babysit them crumb crushers. And then he got the churn around the she done tore up the man's house and now she round that woman churning. I'm dropping the scream yard behind that. I'm dropping it. I'm gonna drop it. Yes. Cause see, this here sound like some mess. Always D say you need to go to the corner. Yeah, RIP Vesta. Yes, y'all know Vesta Williams had a crazy voice. I loved her voice. But if she ain't careful, she gonna go from as we lay to congratulations. And I'm gonna hate that for her, but at the same time, never borrow another woman's trouble. Anything a man will do to you, with you, he'll do to you. Now that's just, that's from the handbook. Now I didn't write that, but that's the truth. Yvette said it makes sense why his family be looking at Kay like that last season. Ooh. Oh, this deep. Hey, Nate Beverly.
Hey, Auntie.
Hey, boo, what you got on this here? Do you think she can go as we later? Congratulations.
Yes, she did. She took a picture of him that cost $29.99. If you take a picture frame from a man that won't give you a ring, that means you accepted being the side piece that acts like you're the main piece.
Let me tell you something. You accepted being the side piece the minute you crack your knees open for somebody else's husband. I don't know who need to hear this. If that man is married, and I'm going to say this the 15th too. They say this side chick day. So this is a PSA from Auntie. Listen careful. If that man didn't bring you no flowers and candy and a card and take you for some wine and libations and a good time, and he couldn't show up till today, if that man belonged to somebody else, I don't care what he tell you about that woman. I don't care if he say she used to be fine and she got fat. I don't care if he tell you she used to be thick and got too thin. She used to cook and now she ordered to. I don't care what he tell you. That is that woman's husband. You leave people husbands alone, because the minute you crack your little ashy knees open for somebody else's husband, you have just designated yourself as the hoe. You will always and forever be the hoe. Don't put yourself in that position. If he think that much of you, cut him off. Tell him to go handle his business. Whenever he handle his business and get his paperwork straight and get his life in order, then he can pursue you like somebody with some sense. Don't be laying up with no man with a pot belly and a bald spot for 3 years and get a picture frame, because that's what's gonna happen. Go ahead, nephew.
Auntie, wait, do you think that's why last season when we saw his family, they were giving her that side look?
But look what I always said. I always need to come up here. I always said an angel got her at the house around Bobby.
Yeah. Girl, you in danger. If she took Greg, what you think she won't go for Bobby?
She's stupid. She's stupid. She probably listen. Let me find out you got a friendly coochie. You can't drop your head Christmas. Listen, I'll tell the children to bring your plate over there. A matter of fact, pull up out front. I send one of the children out there to the road with. Don't come in here. Chabu. Cause friend, listen, when you got a whole friend, your whole friend will hunt your man too. Now, don't think she only hunts her enemy's man. She'll hunt your man too.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that girl on TikTok, had that real big titted woman in her house. And then she went to hunting a man. Then she had to sue her. Don't think because the whole your friend, you won't hold with your man.
It is true. Didn't she win a whole lot of money?
Yeah, she won against that heifer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the Lord ain't gonna send you somebody else's husband. Tell him again, baby. Ooh.
Okay, this. But what else I want to say? I need Stacy to go. I don't like her. I don't like these anti-black comments. I feel like Tia can stay. She gave reads. She gave off sass. The fact that she checked Stacy in the most elegant way that most people want to catch the read, and it seems like I do. I'm like, Stacy, I need you to use your brain more than lying. She's insulting you. She's calling me broke. You didn't buy nothing during the trip because you said I know how to keep my money. You don't go nowhere.
Thank you, Candy Butler. Yeah.
Look, Ashley's gonna be Ashley.
Out of the whole reunion, when I heard that girl took that man from his wife, that wiped my whole brain. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to go back to the notes to remember what happened.
Look, I say this. When I heard Jazzy say, you stole your Greg from his wife, I said, okay, next week I'm going to prepare myself with chips and whole bottles of wine. I need to hear this part.
Yeah, I needed to understand myself. I didn't quite. I was. While she trying to make slick comments, oh, don't waste your whole 15 minutes on me. Why you talking about 15 minutes, girl? Y'all been around the same amount of time, and more people like her than like you. You should be careful.
Look, I'd rather take Jazzy than Mopey and Cloudy.
What the viewer call them? Madness and sadness.
Madness and sadness. Kiarna being madness and Angel being sadness.
I don't know whether Angel on the show or not. I don't think they gave out contracts yet.
No, there was a false post there was a false post that someone created of Angel saying that she was quitting, but Angel confirmed that she's not quitting. Oh, that's why everyone's speculating that she's leaving.
Oh yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe we know anything yet. Said Jossie, hold the line. Then your husband, hold on, her husband cheating on her is not the same thing, and that was while they were dating. Let's be clear, dating. That wasn't her husband, and she wasn't.
They were dating.
Hold on. No, we can't leave Kay alone because a man cheating on you is not the same as you being a husband snatcher. Now you rolling up in somebody's marriage like a wrecking ball. Oh no, we talking about that. Unless Kiarna can show us where Jossie was cracking her knees open for somebody's husband. Because a man doing something behind your back and lying to you is not the same thing as you knowing that's somebody's husband and then choosing to put your ankles behind your ears. That ain't the same thing. That just means horror.
Also, here's the thing. Kiana was the one that spent the whole season crying about a man that wouldn't agree to marry her.
She didn't
He
cry about it
gets
this
her.
season. Not this season. Remember, this whole
No,
season was her. Me and Greg got our own time, and this is how me and Greg want to live. No, that's how Greg want to live, and you gonna tolerate it because you was over there playing the side.
and what did she say that she has? I got my man, my business, my life. You also got a picture frame. Ain't got no ring. You're being a bear. You got a picture frame. So
Listen,
calm, calm down, Miss K, before your whole escapade be unleashed.
I stumbled on a photograph. Oh Lord, it kind of made me laugh. Now I'm falling fast. Back down memory lane. Girl, you got to remember all the good times when he was sneaking around on the wife. See, it was exciting then because it was taboo. Now it ain't so taboo. You real regular. Now he want you to cook and clean and stuff. Like that woman you snatched him from.
That is so true.
Child, it's too much. This too much. What did you think
No.
about the fact about the whole? What did you think about Kay and Angel's interaction where Kiarna had to shut down the whole conversation between her and Wendy? Like she didn't want her and Wendy to even come to a peaceful truce.
Angel got chin checked again at the reunion. You got chin checked during the season. You got chin checked. You got chin checked twice. And then a third time at the reunion. And I'm like, Kiana, this is not your moment. This is between Wendy and Angel. Right. We'll get to your. Look, we get to your segment next part where we find out that you've been taking. You took someone's husband. Until then, pipe down and stay there with your one horn shoulder thing. I forgot Kiana was on the stage until she started talking. I'm like, why?
Let me find out Kiana's middle name is Jolene.
Oh. Look,
hey.
Jolene might be her theme song because she said she took Greg.
Now I'm just saying, let me find out her middle name Jolene. We know your first name Kiarna, but is your middle name Jolene? If DS say my ex-husband Trick tried to give him back, I told her he should be an amusement park full time. Yep. Stay on with ain't no refunds. Keep him. Carmen Sharp. Hey, Carmen Sharp, welcome. See, apparently Wendy didn't have like that either, or she wouldn't have committed fraud. You really believe that? I'm gonna let you sit with that. People do stupid stuff every day, and it ain't because they broke. Fatima say, I hate to see a woman so incredibly beautiful not know her worth, barter herself down to a literal frog for a picture frame, girl. It's a form of psychological grape and exploitation, if you ask me. But baby, you can't grape the willet. She found man with a woman, and that was the way out. If you see a scrub and he married, the door out is built in on the hello. The door out is there at hello. You somebody's husband, goodbye. But instead of her taking that, she was like, I'll take that. And now
she took it.
What I want to know is, do her mama know? And I say,
I bet her mama know now.
Say it again. Her mama
I bet her
Yep.
Her mama done heard it.
Now she gonna have to answer questions to her mama about how it went, and if her mama didn't find out until this reunion, I need Kiarna to come back because her mother is gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous.
She is.
I need her to come back because I need to know how her mama gonna act with her about this man, and that'll tell me if mama already knew and was like, you done shamed the hell out yourself, you better at least get a ring, or whether mama didn't know and you was out over here faking and fronting, because that's going to determine going forward.
Look, because if next season, if Kiarna comes back and her mom is ticked off of her, I'm gonna be like, Kiarna, you done took a husband, you done took a woman's husband and lied to your mama.
But now let me ask, ladies in the chat, let me ask y'all something. Would you even feel comfortable telling your mama you done snatched somebody's husband? Because I wouldn't know how to tell Emily that. I don't. First off, I wouldn't do it. But how do you tell your mama, yeah, I was hunching this lady husband real good, and then now he gonna leave her in his churn for me? I don't know how I would tell my mama something like that. Or I was hunching this lady husband and she caught us and now they're getting a divorce. How do you, ladies, how do you do that? Lord, Miss Parker just said no. Right, just no. How do you do that?
I can't do that. No, that's just wrong. Why? Why are you gonna go hunch a married man?
But how do you tell your mama something like that?
Look, you keep that thing to the grave.
Mm.
You don't do it, and if you did it, you better keep it to the grave. But now Stacey done aired it out. Jazzy done said, "Oh, okay, Kiarna, I got you.
Yeah,
We
it's
know
tough.
you took Greg from his wife."
Okay. And when it come to always say what T do K have on Jassy, I don't think she got nothing. Because when they was on that boat heading over there to Nevis, remember when Jassy laid her butt naked on Front Street about talking trash about Wendy before all this even happened? You was already talking trash about the girl. Kiarna didn't have she had nothing. Like the clip was empty. She had no bullets. So if she ain't had nothing in, she ain't got nothing now. But Jassy give me one of them people that's like real friendly, happy, joy, and she hang around and just be collecting intel. And she is literally unloading the clip on this girl.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised if next season Jazzy comes back and it'd be a Kiarna versus Jazzy.
Yeah, I don't know, but at this point, bring them both back because Jassy got the tea on everybody, and I like a girl with the dirt. It's DS say K was just the ex-wife garbage receptacle. Absolutely. If you got a trifling man, ladies, and your man is a piece of trash and he a hoe and he out here hoe hopping and being a hoe monger, when a trollop run off or you get rid of him and the trollop take him in, send that here for a edible arrangement for picking up your trash. You ought to be nice to the help. Be nice to the help because if he hadn't picked him up, he might have still been buzzing around you like a dirty horsefly. So just be nice to the help. Hey, DT, we love you, Buki. Say like that clear athlete who told the whole world at the Olympics he cheated on his girlfriend too. How? Yeah, how? Wait a minute.
Why are we airing out?
They telling everything. They telling it all. Adrian say Jassy pushing for the flute. Might be.
Yes, she is. Look at this point. Look, she said, "Look, I got tea on Stacey, I got tea on Kiarna." At this point, it might be a three-way. Daddy said, "Okay, look, I'm fine for my spot. I'm not gonna be Jacqueline that just got brought on and got kicked out as soon as Mia left. I'm clipping all of y'all."
Miss Nisa say I got morals. DT say I got standards, and I'm gonna tell y'all I got something called shame. I'm from the old school. I know the new school y'all don't like shame. Oh, they body shame and they slut shame and they hoe shaming. I got shame. Got dog. In my day, shame was good. Shame kept us from doing certain stuff. A healthy dose of shame will keep you from cracking your knees for somebody's husband. A healthy dose of shame will keep you from doing a whole lot of stuff because you shame is good, and I have it. I absolutely have it.
Look, my mom gave me the thing of common sense. If you see someone and they taking, you gotta turn around and walk away.
Yep. Just have some shame. Sean living life say even us dudes messing with another dude wife is a no. I know that's right. The Bible very clearly talks about the absolute danger of doing that, getting in between a person. Marriage never a good thing. Sure ain't. And at that point, you're living like you're bulletproof because some of them men will hurt you about their wives too. Young men, nephews, don't y'all get into that. That's dangerous waters. Fatima say couldn't agree more. Yeah, I like shame. Shame is good. Shame has kept me. Shame has kept me.
Shame has kept me in line.
Yes. That's right. Shame has been good to me. Not as good as the Lord, but shame has been good to me. Whole lot of stuff. I bet I've been a lot of things in my life, but a whole lot of things I ain't been because of good old fashioned shame. And if this is true, Kiarna, I'm gonna need you to get some shame, baby. She a pretty
Look, she's
girl.
not. Look, it better be shame because once part two comes out, oh, she better get red in the on Twitter.
Twitter.
It's,
You talking
look,
about
it's,
Twitter? Her mama's still alive. Do you not understand what that means? Do you
oh,
understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
oh, yeah, no, that's gonna be.
And
That's
Kiarna
like
got a real.
arguably.
Kiarna has a real black mama. I'm telling you, it's somebody
Oh,
raised as a girl by a real black mama. It's some stuff you don't want to get back to your real black mama.
oh, she doomed.
You
She
can
doomed.
face 10 million, 100 million idiots on Twitter. You got to look at your mama. That's like when my brother got in trouble in high school, and the people was like, "We not gonna charge you with nothing," but mama had to pick him up from Marion County Jail. That Negro was scared. He was scared. He didn't want to go out the door because mama was out there. You don't want to have to go look at your black mama and tell her that you was doing stuff that she ain't told you you were supposed to be doing.
And it doesn't help that Kay's mom know where she lives.
Know where
Kay,
she live.
I'm just
Know
saying,
where
Kay is
she live.
doomed. Kay is doomed. She is royally screwed.
All I'm gonna say
She,
is, I mean, if anything go down, I bring a case of chicken or something. I bring some chicken and a pan of macaroni.
I bring the collard greens.
Facts. Some of y'all in the chat, bring some cases of water and paper plates. I don't know what else to do at this point. You know, one of y'all
Yep.
saying the Lord prayer, because this, you know, at the graveside service, because this child, please, that thing ran my pressure up so bad.
Look, my grandma was watching the show with me, and when she heard that, she said, "I know this girl ain't falling for a man that she stole from a wife that got her a picture frame." I said, "Yes,
How
grandma.
you go and try to snatch a man with a pot belly and a ball spot?
I know." And all he gave you was a picture frame.
Well, he paying for the con. He paid for the condo now. That ain't all
He
he got.
did. Okay, he got the condo.
And she did, and
And
we did hear her make sure it was just in her name. So she
hmm
did do that. But I feel like you could have got that without keeping him. Like you could have, you know,
right,
why did you keep him and let everybody see you with him? And
right.
then
You
you
have
go
a
around this woman cheering.
right. And she has a business. She could pay for her condo herself.
No, that's blasphemy. If there's a
Okay,
man anywhere that can pay for your stuff, you don't turn down no money but your collar, especially if you already had the nerve to be laying up with him. Now,
that
how
is
dare
true.
you? That's blasphemous. You don't cock your behind open for somebody to get up and pay for your own stuff. Now, where they do that at? If you paying for your own stuff, your behind need to be as pure as the driven snow. Shouldn't nobody even know if you're a man or a woman up under your clothes if you paying every bill in your house? What the hell are you hunching for? PSA, message. How dare you get up with a wet behind in a dry pocket? That
Mm,
ain't what we do.
yes, yes.
That is culturally inappropriate. But the idea that she out here being seen with him begging to be married to a geriatric balding squirrel that was somebody else's husband. The other woman, the one put the belly on him, and you come grab him with the belly. Hey, Jesus.
Mm, mm,
Mm, God
mm,
today.
mm.
This what's going on.
Kiana,
Mm.
Kiana, I'm praying for you, girl. I wish you good luck.
We yet praying. I sure hope your mama don't snatch you bald headed, but we sure yet praying. Good God. Fatima say it's sad because she could have anybody she wanted, but most importantly, someone who has a lot more to offer than a card. Yep, and a picture frame. And somebody that's
Yep,
closer to her age that's nice looking. Kiarna's such a good looking girl.
I
Real
know,
good girl.
and she chose to steal a person's balding husband.
Pot bellied balding husband.
Pot, a pot belly balding squirrel. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm, mm.
This a shame. This is a shame. This right here. This right here is almost bad as Stacy up there telling us she filed for the divorce and forgot that she turned in that fake paperwork with Timu as the plaintiff.
See, when I saw that, I said, like, Stacy, the name on paper ain't matching. It says Timu,
He the
not
plaintiff.
Stacy.
She
You
said,
the
I filed. And she'll just lie just with a straight face. And you always, I'm gonna tell you her tale. When Stacy getting ready to lie, she pauses before she answers. Her neck gets stiff, and she stares like she gets a blank stare. When she do that, she finna lie. Why I gotta go to the con? He don't want to look like a geriatric squirrel. It's not me.
look. You ain't gotta go to the scroll. We all thinking it.
Yeah, but he's a geriatric balding squirrel. That's what he is. But I couldn't get over Stacey. I'm like, you just gonna sit up there and tell that lie like that?
Right.
And I'm mad at Tia too. Because why we didn't get more of this Tia during the season?
I know. I'm looking at here like you could have been reading. You could have been reading these girls to filth. You could have been reading Tia. You could no. You could have been reading Stacy, Jassy. No, we ain't got. You read Angel and said you. No, she read Ash and said, "Don't let this British accent fool you." Why didn't you let this side have you at Stacy when she was trying to yell at you, talking about get out of my house, get out of my event, toodaloo,
Toodle do.
toodaloo. You could have turned around and said, it's
I think that was just a moment of I'm not gonna make a spectacle of myself. Which that's cool, but you could have got her 100 other times. Like, I'm mad because I did not know that she had, I should have known. Like I said from the beginning, we got to give it to the ladies in Nigeria. Them chicks over there got some mouthpieces on them. Shout out to all the ladies over there with their mouthpieces. I have heard some of the most creative dragging in the world from them sisters. Okay. From 31 states over there from the in Nigeria. Them chicks got some mouthpieces on them. So the fact that she was raised in the UK did not exempt her from her cultural heritage because that girl got a mouth on her. She sat up there in the most prim, proper Mary Poppins voice I ever heard. Call this girl a poor living hoe that ain't used to nothing. And I didn't know what to do because Stacy was so ignorant. She didn't even realize she was being read and helped that girl read her. I didn't know what to do.
Look, I looked at Wendy and Wendy looked at Tia like.
Because what could she say?
Look, Wendy's like, okay, yeah, you one of me. You better than me. Tia's way of shade is just it goes. Instead of going,
that was not shade. Listen, y'all young people that don't know what's up. Y'all call everything shade. It wasn't shade. She read her meter. She gave her down the country. She told it straight to her. Shade is off the cuff. I ain't coming right at you. I'm gonna just allude to it. She came right down I-75, right down the turnpike. She didn't play with that girl. Straight at her. Rah. Wendy looked at her like, "Oh, you just gonna get her? Just got her. Just got her." There was nothing.
And Wendy kept quiet.
There was no way to help her. Like,
and look, and Ashley, has to.
We got a sister from the UK. She said in the UK we call it posh put downs. Oh, that's how y'all say it. Boy, listen, y'all some classy heifers over there. She say in the UK they call it posh put downs. All right. Okay. Over here in the South, we call it, giving somebody down in the country. And she gave her down in the country. I was sitting there in shock and awe. I didn't know what to do. DT say, and the read is so articulate, you don't even know what it was read. Oh, I knew what it was read, and I didn't need no translator, but look like Stacy did. Talking about you literally sat there and told her, like, I was impressed by Red Lobster, because that's all I heard. You could have kept quiet. Fatima say, when tongue gives you whiplash, you don't even catch it for weeks after. I caught that in the moment, because I caught it as soon as that heifer said it. Listen, Lady Whistledown would have got it from me. There ain't no way I'd have sat there and let her live. And she's sitting up in there with a wig she stole from Miss Piggy. You a lying 7 stacks, I'd have got her on the spot. I
Not
done
the
told her all about that wig she stole from Miss Piggy and that corset she stole from Miss Kitty on Gunsmoke. No, the hell you ain't gonna sit up in here and call me a po living heifer from the hood. No, you not. No, you not.
I just realized her wig doesn't look like Miss Piggy's hair.
Yeah, that's who she stole it from, allegedly. Bianca say, and that's how I need to learn how to read people, because baby, she ate her up. My West End of ATL behind go off the deep end. Yeah, no, I ain't got to go off the deep end, but I be John Brown if you gonna sit up and call me all kind of po living, gutter snipe po heifers that ain't used to nothing. You ain't gonna do me. You ain't gonna do me. I'm coming straight for the wig and your voluminous belly in that loose corset. Cause how the hell you got on? How you got on a loose and roomy corset? Who the hell wears a baggy corset? I'd have told Tia up. She'd have came at me like that. See, all of them try to sit up there and act like they such wordsmith, they such vocabulary acrobats. This is why I told y'all way back. They don't like real girls on shows like that, because I would have ate Tia up. You hear me? You sitting up in here with a corset on, a loose fitting corset, baggy as some hammer pants, with Miss Piggy wig on, thinking you finna slide to little Ocala. Baby, I'd have slid her right back to the UK. She'd have been on the first thing smoking. She'd have caught a red eye. Back cross that goddamn pond playing with this Florida girl right here. But see, Detroit ain't that quick on the lip, and y'all seen that with Kenya Moore. Kenya get the slurring and stuttering and hemming and hawing, and the tongue get too thick, and then she get a lisp. They not that quick on the lip in Detroit. They not. But ain't no way in hell Tia could have did that to me and been sitting there in one piece. I'd have had that wig sitting side saddle.
Look, when I heard Tia say that I was drinking my wine, I had to pause, go back, and said, I'm like, you know what, Tia? I'm highly impressed.
I was impressed and disappointed because she cheated us the whole season. Adrian Marie said Stacy didn't even know she was being cooked, so she ended up being fried. And true, Bianca say, if y'all remember, Miss Piggy had a song called No Bad News, and Miss Piggy laid that A out with her sassy self. Yes, she was up there acting like Miss Piggy. I'm like, no, you didn't. And I love Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy was one of my first role models. I love Miss Piggy. The way she used to tear Kermit behind up, Kermit knew not to be talking back. Don't give Miss Piggy no lip. But I was sitting there like, girl, the way I'd have read her down and let her know, girl, this ain't Kermit. Like Nene had to tell them, this ain't Phaedra, this ain't Kermit. You ain't finna talk to me like that. You ain't gonna handle me like that. But Stacy sat up there and helped her finish reading.
And look, and then Ashley came in there.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And like I said, I didn't know how to feel in the moment, because a lot of times when you are Black American, the first thing foreign Blacks like to do is pretend like we're not accustomed to traveling. A lot of times it's a very anti-Black American type sentiment. But she wasn't even hitting her from that angle. She was hitting her from the class angle, from the elitist angle. Like, girl, I came up traveling. I came up with money. You had to go hunch that funny looking German man to be able to take trips and ball. I've been balling since birth. She really like stunted on her like this, like she had a verse on a Jeezy song or something. I was waiting on the beat to come in. I'm like, is she on the remix with T.I.? Like, why is she doing this? But Stacy just fell flat. She didn't even know how to come back. Instead, she helped the girl read her. I always say, and down here in Florida, the mama and the kids gonna get some too. Oh, baby, I'd have got her mama. I'd have got her daddy. I'd have got her on the fact that, girl, you up here worrying about how I was living as a kid, and you don't even know how many kids your daddy got. You still waiting on the final count. I'd have told her up. Ain't no way you
Right. I'm looking at things like, girl, defend yourself. You're being read easily. And Stacey just sat there being like
I said, I couldn't even get her on the, anti-Blackness, because I'm like, she ain't even coming from that angle. She made it clear Tia cracked the door open when she said, I feel like you married up and so you try to be prim and proper. She cracked the door to let her know, if you play with me, this way I'm going. I'm going to let everybody know that you ain't nothing but a po living hoe from the ghetto. I'm going to go ahead and go there, Detroit. So when she cracked the door, that's why I said when I was giving y'all the review, when she circled the block to try to still go at Tia to throw Tia on the bus, I'm like, so you didn't feel that love tap? Because I felt that. I'm like, Stacy, you really are dumb. She let you know the angle she was coming at you with. She was finna tell you all about your little pole living tail. She was finna rip you. And she still bent that corner. I'm like, why would you go back down unless she was prepared? When she, in the moment, watching it real time, when she doubled back to Stacy, they asking you about the lie you told about Wendy and Eddie and T-Mo not coming because of Wendy and Eddie. Then at the potluck, he only came because of Wendy. It was like, you should have kept it on that. Why did you redirect that conversation to Tia? So when she did that in the moment, I'm like, okay, well, maybe she ready for Tia. Maybe she ready for where Tia finna take it. And then when Tia turned around and brought out the guillotine and she sat there helping her pull the rope, I say, oh, you dumb as hell. She told you where she was going to go and telegraphed it. Like, you know how when you, well, y'all probably, you know, I'm from Florida, we fights. A lot of time when you finna fight somebody that, you know, you telegraph it, you line them up so you can line up the punches. She lined you up before she popped you and you still stood there. I'm like, how did this happen?
Look,
be honest, Stacy could eat her up because she's a fraud and we all saw it. Stacy didn't lie. No, Stacy did lie.
No.
Stacy did lie. She absolutely did lie.
Yep. Look, if Tia comes back,
Tia did not lie. But the thing is, Stacy still could have came back. Like, okay, I might have lied about that or whatever. But why you got to try to, you know, come at me by, okay, so what if I wasn't born rich? I ain't have to be born rich. You was born rich and then your daddy lost all your money chasing hoes. That's why you still out here finding kids like Easter eggs all over the goddamn planet. I'd have ate her alive. You can't spray me with my come up, and you can't spray me with my upbringing and think I'm not gonna come for yours. Yeah, you could say, okay, you came up with money. Yeah, you came up with money. Your daddy had enough money to keep all his hoes. Have you found them all? But no, Stacy sat there like a deer in the headlights. And when the girl brought out the guillotine, Stacy pulled the rope and bought the hangman a pair of shoes. I was done. Done. Deceased.
Look, when that happened, I walked away. I said, Stacy, this is not your first part. It's not going in your favor.
Yeah, I ain't like that. Like, I really don't like Stacy. I really don't like Stacy. And Tia definitely got on my nerves. Like, I started off kind of liking Tia, and then I say like by the last 4 or 5 episodes, Tia was on my last nerve. But Tia ate her alive, and ain't no way. To me, I'm gonna just say this for anybody who don't know. Growing up poor ain't nothing to be ashamed of. Let's be clear. Now, we all crack jokes because that's such a common thing in our community to crack jokes, and it's common for us to grow up around people who ain't poor, who ain't got it. And some of us had, and some of us didn't have, and some of us that did have had mamas that looked out for your friends that didn't have. So it's a common thing for us. But that ain't nothing to be ashamed of. If you ain't had it, you ain't had it. You can't shut my mouth talking about, oh, y'all couldn't get on a Learjet. Sure couldn't, but I bet you Phil kept groceries in that house and I like saying go off. You can't play with me like that.
Yeah, it is true.
Now, at the end of the day, if you happen to come from that, it's whatever. If somebody hit you with that, go right to theirs. Go right to theirs, because ain't nobody house perfect, honey. You got to sweep around your own front door before you come around mine. But I must say, not the hangman a pair of shoes, Nitra. Yes, girl, she bought the hangman a pair of shoes.
She did.
Tia sold that girl to the gypsies, and Stacy helped her count the money. Bianca say, I think they got Stacy there to pander to the white audience. They do, because I don't know why she's there otherwise. That's why she there. That's why she there. Hey, Walter. But that's what I didn't like. I'm like, Stacy, the material is right there. She be saying random weird stuff, acting like some kind of clueless white woman. But this heifer trying you about the fact that you was poor and you didn't get to really live like that till you went and hunched up on this man with some bread, which, so what if you married up, as she say? Like, aren't we supposed to be practicing hypergamy? You're supposed to marry up. Tia, let's discuss the fact that your people had money and you ended up marrying a Negro from Chicago. Do he have as much money as your daddy? Why were you not capable of marrying up? Why did you end up with a man from Chicago? How that happen? Lady whistle down. How that happen? See, this right here, gossip news over there kicking, but I'm keeping it funky. That's why I said they don't let real girls on TV because our mouthpiece ain't like them heifers like Stacy that's up here play acting and performing. Because I'd have read her so bad, Andy would have sent us to an early break.
No, I'm agreeing with you because I was hoping someone was going to call Tia out on that.
They didn't know what to do.
No.
The person that needed to call her out was Stacy. When she told her, when she said, I just feel like you married up and now you want to talk prim and proper. Stacy, it was right there. The door was open. Wasn't nobody fit to defend Stacy because Stacy done lied to and on everybody all season. You ain't got no defenders. You got a mouth though.
Mm-hmm.
You got a mouth though. Anybody that's bold enough to come out in a wig made fully of flammable petroleum products should be bold enough to check a heifer that told you married up. Mm-hmm. Now, Adrian say someone in the chat said it earlier. Stacy underestimated Tia. She did because of that accent, because of that Mary Poppins accent. She thought that it was going to be an easy win. Say that's why Tia eating Stacy up was easy. Stacy didn't see it coming. She didn't, but the minute it fell out her mouth, she should have made her tuck it back in.
That's right.
She should have made it tuck. She should have made her tuck it back in. Bianca says, sis, you need to restream app because baby, we need to talk. What? You have to call me and tell me what that is. You gotta tell me what it is. But yeah, that's the whole thing for me. You couldn't have said that to me. And you got all them holes in your situation. All them holes in your situation. Miss, I was born with money. Oh, you know you're new to this. Yeah, the money in your family was old for you, but your daddy wasn't used to nothing because according to you, he wasn't used to it, and when he got it, he didn't manage it well and lost it quick. Not only did he lose the money, he took away your mama peace of mind, churn popping out of everywhere. Just showing up. He trying to bring the outside children to your wedding and all this old messy stuff. Now you on national television visiting one of y'all old houses with somebody else's child. You don't even know how many children that man got out there. Hell, he might not have known how many he had out there. Miss Nisa say, I grew up rich. But Diane made sure, I guess I didn't grow up rich, but Diane made sure we had a roof over our heads and food on our table. Right. And guess what? Even if your mama didn't and she did her best and y'all had to eat, thin meals every now and then, ain't nothing to be ashamed of. You made it. You here now. At the end of the day, Tia could say that, but you sitting on the same platform with her. You might have started out with all the trips, the money, the finery, the bags, the mansions, but now look at you. Who are you now? Sitting on American television on a show with this girl who started off with way less. Y'all still landed in the same locale. But Stacy's so busy being pretentious, she couldn't handle her. Always, you gonna throw your arm out the socket reaching like that. You know how many young girls done told a man a lie about their age when they trying to holler at the boy?
Mm-hmm.
Now you gonna mess around and dislocate your shoulder doing that. Now, gossip news, what's your final thoughts on this? And I want everybody in the chat to rate this episode 1 through 10, part 1 of the reunion. I'm giving them hookers an 8.2. Let me put my 8.2 in the chat. What you giving them and what's your final thoughts?
I'm giving them a nod.
You giving them a nod? Ooh, high praise.
Look, at this point, because Tia reading Stacy, Wendy reading Ashley.
Ooh.
Yeah. Look, the audience reading Angel and Kay as angry and sadness, and also I cut my hair.
I see you, child. Madness and sadness.
Madness and sadness, but I said when I saw when Wendy said you have no apologies, I said, you know what, Ashley? It's about time you just sit down, pipe down, and just, just let it go.
I feel
You
like
made it a win.
8.5s. Classic gave him a 6.5. Classic, I don't know which reunion you watched. These heifers was going at it like some bobcats tonight. I'm scared to see
Look,
what's gonna happen in part 2, especially when we finding out that somebody's around here cheating in the next room.
look, I'm ready to see that next part. I need that next part now.
Me too at this point, at this juncture, because y'all done told us that it's coming. So now I need to know.
You can't just drop this, have Stacy drop this bomb in the preview and just make us wait until next Sunday.
Cheating in the next room. So what's your final thoughts on this episode, nephew? Because it's done been we going on 3 hours and we ain't gonna do it.
Let's see. My final thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need next part 2. I need Stacy. I need Jazz to be on Kay's neck the whole entire 15 minutes. Don't you let go of that neck.
Don't let go of the neck. Okay.
Yeah,
We
but
need
I'm
that
not
on
have
the
to.
Do not release the neck. Okay.
Yes. And Stacy, just accept this slide and move on. Stop trying to save your lives. It ain't working.
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
Wendy, you read Ashley. Ashley, just accept your money and take your boyfriend and keep on moving.
Fair play.
Giselle did nothing as usual.
Nothing new.
Angel did nothing except for killing Elmo and wearing him as a fur thing. And Kiarna got her picture frame.
That's cold work, nephew, but I can't say you
You know,
said nothing wrong.
you know it's bad when only 2 out of the, how many is it? 4, 7 actually do something good, and the rest of them are just sitting there. It's bad.
Ashley ain't give us nothing.
Okay, Ashley.
Ashley
Okay,
gave us nothing.
Ashley gave us nothing. Yeah, I think Ashley needs to go.
Y'all say this every year.
I mean, Ashley gives off messy, but she has. I mean, she's there for the messiness. I give her that part.
Can we be honest that like 97% of the audience don't like Ashley? And 97% of the audience say every year that Ashley need to go. And every single year they bring her back.
You know, we just need to say that we need her to stay, and maybe it would be the reverse action.
Not thing 1 and thing 2 action.
Thing 1. Wait, are we talking about Kiarna and Kay being thing 1 and thing 2?
No, remember on Cat in the Hat, thing 1 and thing 2, they did the opposite of everything you said. So you say maybe she need to stay so they'll get rid of her.
Yes, be like, you know what, Ashley should stay, and they'd be like, you know what, Ashley, it's time for you to go. You've been on this show for 10 seasons.
And you got to remember, people been begging to get rid of Robin forever. Robin would have still been there if she hadn't hid her truth and then gave it up behind a paywall. If she hadn't done that, we'd still been stuck with her. Them people don't care what we think.
True. Plus, we got Karen coming. Karen might come back. So,
Karen is coming back because Karen gonna be at this reunion.
Yes, she's coming back.
Yeah, we got Karen. We got Karen.
Look, I'm pretty sure we're gonna keep Wendy unless she go
to jail. Unless she go to the peanut gallery. She gonna be back. You know, Bravo love a jailbird. Lord Bravo love a jailbird. Better than anybody. So she gonna be back.
She gonna be back. It's gonna be Karen.
Y'all attacking me on the way out the door. Can I say this without y'all attacking me?
Yes.
Y'all gotta promise not to jump me first.
I promise.
Okay. I feel personally as though if we get rid of Angel and hope one day Stacy, can we bring Robin back? Because I feel like, and y'all follow me on this, if we can bring Robin back because of the whole Sharice and Ashley and Jackson situation, Sharice Sharice said that Robin was the one that told her, like, girl, no, it's real. She really did that. That means Robin knew about it when it happened, and Robin is messy enough. She'll go at it with Ashley. She has before. I feel like if we bring Robin back in the midst of everything that went on with Ashley rubbing her musky cat on Sharice's child, that Robin will make Ashley work for a check.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost worth it to me to deal with the reunification of Team Yellow just to see Robin make Ashley work for her check.
True. And if Team Yellow gets back together, Giselle's friend is friendly with Wendy. That's gonna be
Giselle is friendly
interesting.
with Wendy, and I feel like Karen and Wendy gonna be friendly again. They only not friendly now because Stacy went and ran her some bull. Wendy took the bait and ran with it, and she don't know how to go back and be like, yeah, I shouldn't have took that as far as I took it.
Yep.
So they gonna be right back, buddy. I ain't even sweating that.
I'm not spreading it either, but I'm just waiting for I'm ready for part 2.
And DS
Becoming on
trying
my
to
screen.
sabotage my plan, talking about Robin can come back and she bathe weekly. Y'all wasn't making her bathe before.
Look, I think this could work. If we get rid of Angel, I say get rid of Angel and get rid of Angel. We can eventually get rid of Stacy, bring Karen back, bring Robin, have Robin go for Ashley. Everything back in the universe.
Yeah. Bianca, what you got on it, boo?
Hey sis, I just wanted to give my 2.2 on
Give it
the
to me. Nephew, I'm gonna pull you down because we're gonna
All
shut
right.
it down after B. Love you, boo. Good night. All right, B, what you got?
hey, so I just wanted to say if Robin would have to literally be going after Ashley. This whole time, Robin been on the same page as Ashley.
Oh, I ain't even know, Adrian. Thank you, baby. Robin been on the same page with Ashley, but Robin got a closer relationship with Sharice.
Oh, you right there.
You see what I'm saying? So this
Mm-hmm.
could get sticky. This could get
Mm-hmm.
sticky the way I want it to get sticky. And they done
Mm-hmm.
been at it before. Adrian Marie, thank you, Bookie.
Thank you, Adrian.
That's so sweet.
And you got something else coming
Oh,
too.
okay.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Okay.
You do,
Okay.
you do,
Okay.
you do. But
I
yeah,
feel you.
that's all I wanted to say. I just if we bring Robin back, she have to be dead set on Ashley. Like
It's gonna
go
blow
in
up.
hard.
This because that was the other thing I was gonna say. In order for it to work, we need to bring Sharice back at least as a friend of. We need her to be there on a regular basis because Sharice being in the mix. If Robin got to pick a side, she picking Sharice.
Yeah.
She
Ooh.
picking Sharice, and then it's gonna be smoke.
Cause when
And
is
then
Bravo gonna hire you?
oh girl, they ain't gonna let me know when them people.
Oh,
They gonna let me know when them people. You already know how this
oh,
whole thing's gonna go.
girl, cause that's good
They
right
let one
there.
Florida girl in there, and the audience was crying, tattoo tears, because Marlo told the truth about Kenya and Candy. They
Right.
cried.
And y'all know how I love Marlo. Damn.
And Marlo ain't do nothing but tell the God heaven truth. Candy was hunching below her tax bracket. Now look at him trying to steal her money and living in her house rent free.
Stop, y'all
And
know I love Candy.
okay, and it take a Florida girl to tell it like that. Because we wasn't raised like that. You don't let no man live off of you. And that's what there's what Candy was doing. And Joyce tried to tell her, and everybody was mad at Marlo for saying it. Y'all listen, the audience, that y'all don't like real people. Y'all don't want us on TV. Plus the camera at 30 pounds, and I can't afford that. I'm already a size 16. I can't afford that.
A size fine. A size fine, baby.
She say size fine. You so crazy.
Come on.
I can't afford the 30 pounds that the camera gonna air. Y'all ain't gonna talk about me the way Jackie talked about hellishly her first season, told that girl she looked like a busted can of biscuits. She'll never do it to me. And now mind you, I ain't shaped up like her. I got an actual shape, but
at all. Coke bottle.
Thank you.
Come on. Coke bottle.
But they ain't gonna do me like that and be like, ooh, how wide is her hips? Ooh, why her legs so big? Ooh, why her titties look like that? Yeah,
They
won't
ain't gonna
get
do it
me.
like that. Cause Nevy got it from who? Her mama.
They
I
need to
get it
put her
from my
on TV.
mama.
They need to put my baby on TV where I could be one of the mamas that pop in every now and then. I could be a mama. I could be one of the mamas.
Cause y'all mamas need y'all own show. I'm telling you now.
I wouldn't mind a mama show because then I'm in my element, but I wouldn't be around, Yes,
Sis,
a Floridian Aquarius, yes. Mm-hmm.
sis, could you imagine if you was on the show and my behind? Ooh, Lord. Ooh.
Listen, first of all, ain't no way I could have sat there. I couldn't have played like little Miss Detroit with Lady Whistle down telling her she married up. You couldn't have done me like that.
Listen,
No,
I agree with
man.
that too. I agree. I agree. But given the circumstances with,
I understand.
yeah.
I understand the circumstances. I'm just saying, right, wrong, and indifferent. You couldn't have did it to me.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I'm saying. You couldn't have did it to me.
Negative. And you
You
right.
trying to
Right,
make me
wrong, and
feel bad
indifferent.
because you was born into the bread and I had to get into it. You was born into it. Don't go there with me. Please don't. When your daddy hiding chilling like Easter eggs, you don't do that with me.
I agree.
No.
But
No.
that's slow poke Madro.
Yeah, she's wait a minute.
That's slow poke Madro. So if you gonna be slow, I can't take up for you. I need you to be on top of your game so I can
Yeah, I
have your
couldn't take
back.
right. I couldn't take up for her. I was just in the moment because she set it up and told her where she was going. Why would you come
Yeah.
back that way? She let you know if you say one more thing to me, I'm finna let you know all about your little broke ghetto tail. When she told her you married up and trying to be prim and proper, she already told you don't fit in this man world. You married up because you was a poor living Negro and you trying to fit in and you being fake and phony and pretentious trying to fit into a world where you don't fit. She let her know where she was going. And the fact when Stacy bent that corner and went at her a second time, I'm thinking, you shouldn't do that unless you're ready. That's like you playing spades, right? I got my black people in the chat. I got my
Come
sisters
on.
with me. You playing spades, right? Me and you as partners. We done went bold because we ain't got a lot going on in our hand. The people we playing against is sitting up here, one of them Trump type. They cutting everything. They cutting everything. If I know that you got to play after me and these people is Trump type, I shouldn't be doing that unless I done counted and I got a pretty good idea that you got a high enough spade in your hand that you got a chance to take that. You don't lead the playback that way unless you know you can take the book. When she bent that corner again, I'm like, okay, she must be ready. Because ain't no way you going back that way unless you ready to deal with it. She went back that way. That girl, I'm telling, she pulled out a whole guillotine. Stacy
She
sat there.
wasn't ready.
She wasn't. She sat there like a deer in the head, like eyes all stretched, looking crazy, holding her neck stiff so that we come out. I do think it's an accomplishment.
Slow.
I was horrified. Horrified. I'm like, you led off the book. Why would you go that way? You know what she showed you her hand. She showed you what she got on you because that's what she been thinking about you the whole time. She let you know if you come back, this what I'm gonna cut your head off with.
But that's another thing, sis. Do you remember when she told her Tia played back every moment where she lied to her?
Yep.
Or where she lied in the situation. Tia was like, so I've been clocking you and I've been trying to hold back and give you grace.
Yep.
But you
Since you
so
want to
slow,
go
you
there,
not allowing me to.
this where I'm going. And see, always said it. Tia had the big joker. Tia had the big joker. And at the end of the day, even if she wasn't sure she had the big joker, she should have at least been thinking like, okay, even if she come with a deuce of diamond, I got the little joker. I'm ready for her. Stacy had nothing. She led the playoff, started off the suit, started to play on spades, and didn't have nothing but like a 2 or 3 of spades. She had nothing.
But you know what is more disappointing to me?
Uh-huh.
Not even disappointing, because I expected it from her. But even when Wendy and Westingers was in the car with her and they were talking about the wedding scene and Wendy called her out, it's multiple people who you've told multiple lies to. Like,
Right.
it's so many people that is on your tail right now. So it seems like you should be on the side of sit back, reevaluate, and come in with a different approach. But no, you didn't come to the reunion with that approach. You came to the reunion with the same BS.
With that buffale. She came with straight buffale. Always say
Yeah.
that heifer had a 3 of clubs. God told mighty mo. And see, that ain't what you do. She telling you, all right, B start, bring it back to the spades. Bring it back to the spades. I got it. And then when it get to her, she ain't even got a spade. She had
Ain't
the cut
got
spades with the
nothing.
3 of clubs. Mm-mm.
Ain't got
She
nothing.
couldn't
And
be
that's
my
what
partner at a spade table. I swear, I promise you, I'll snatch that plastic wig off her head and run down the street. I'll make her chase me. I swear. I'll snatch that plastic wig and break out. I'll make her call the police to make me bring that wig back.
Listen, because I was like, what in the hell am I watching right now? This
I
can't
couldn't
be
believe
real
it.
TV. This can't be real adults.
Mm-mm. It was weird. And then the best she had about the accent, she's married to a guy, a whole man from Chicago. So your comeback is she's not cosplaying Black American? Is that your
Right.
way of telling us you cosplaying a white German woman?
Come on.
I was
Because
like,
the show
oh
called out for
hell
it.
no. Because that's what she been, Bianca, we've been saying it all season. She trying to act like a clear woman. That's why every time they catch her line, she go victim. Not a hoodie helmet. I'm just saying, somebody like Stacy, do not sit down and be my friend. Don't try to be my partner at the spade table. I know we coordinated Cinco de Negro to commemorate the Alabama boat brawl for August. But once we get down there, if you really can't play spades, please don't be my partner.
And gonna get down there, okay?
Yeah, please do not be my partner and you can't play spades, okay? Because, just know that is culturally inappropriate.
Come on. Come on, honey. With
Oh
all the
my
ish
God.
talking and everything. And if you can't take it, please sit aside.
It's a lot of things you can do with your time. And
Set
and and
aside. Okay?
please don't be my partner and you up here playing like Stacy. You up here reneging and sandbagging and throwing away books and don't.
I'm gonna sit it right on the side because we ain't going for it. And I'm sure
Yeah.
y'all don't want this in 4K. If y'all can't
Yeah.
handle it right now.
Right. Because we absolutely always say be the bartender. Because we planning a proper, card party as part of our festivities. So somebody does need to be able to fry the fried chicken wings and the pork chops for the pork chop sandwiches and make good Kool-Aid. And maybe that's your ministry. But if you can't play them cards, please don't come to the table. Please say I'll be in charge of the chicken wings or I make real good Kool-Aid, Because no. Stacy just showed us she can't be nobody's spade partner. I couldn't believe she came back around the corner at that girl and she showed her hand. She showed the hand to her.
And then pick it up.
Hey.
I was like, what is happening right now?
If I sit down at the table with you and you say I got 8 books, not you and your partner together got 8, and you just say I got 8 books, I'm going bored. Ain't no point in me doing nothing else.
Right.
Stacy sat down there. Tia let her know she had at least 6, 7 books. And this heifer went right back. I said, oh no. Maybe she got something on her. Nothing.
Let me tell you something.
Oh,
Would have pissed me off.
Lord, have mercy. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I couldn't
Oh,
believe
yeah. No. First of all, when we go to Cinco de Negro, ain't nobody bringing no potato salad. Stacy
it.
now
Yeah.
F that up for everybody.
You ain't lying. If we want some tater salad, we'll make it fresh. We'll peel them holes and boil them ourselves. Don't listen.
Don't bring it though.
No.
Don't bring it.
Before you do that, we'll go buy some tater salad at Publix and doctor it up.
Because nope, I don't trust it.
Stacy, the only person I ever seen had ashy potato salad. How your tater salad needs skincare? That potato salad needed skincare. I say, oh no. Oh no. That the potatoes need lotion like a son of a gun. I said, she got potato salad and had the nerve to sprinkle a little sad paprika on top.
What that baby said? What is that? I would say, don't eat it, baby. Don't eat it. Don't put it on your face.
Listen, that tater salad needs some blessed oil. It needed blessed oil on it. That wasn't safe. And Wendy ain't no good because she said Eddie up talking about it tasted. He said, oh, it's good. She said, if it's good, eat some more. I say, Wendy, you ain't no good. Why you got a policy on him or something? Why would you tell him to eat some? Tell about if it's good, eat some more.
Let me tell you something. Stacy would have brought that daggone potato salad and I was like, girl.
First off, she got mad at me. I'd have just started laughing and wouldn't have been able to stop. You know I'm ignorant. I'd have started laughing. I wouldn't have been no more good. I'd have offered her some Bath and Body Works for that to put that potato salad. There was some ashy potato salad. I'm like, girl, I got some. I got some 1,000 wishes. She wants some 1,000 wishes.
We just sit in the bathroom. We'll sit in the bathroom. It could be the potpourri.
Look here. They should have borrowed some baby oil from Diddy to put on that potato salad. That potato salad looked like it was ready to go to a freak off. That was terrible. That was some terrible business. I ain't never seen no ashy potato salad. That's special. She got skills.
Oh, my Lord.
She got skills. Yeah. Don't nobody tell Stacy we going down to Birmingham for the boat crawl commemoration. Cause she might be, tempted to help us out with the food. We don't want her to help with the food.
She gonna be highly disappointed because, baby, I'm vocal.
I wouldn't trust Stacy to bring nothing but the cases of water. Just bring the water. This girl said it looked like yellow styrofoam.
Hey, the baby didn't know what it was.
The baby said, what's that? Listen, Bianca, this is the other reason why they won't let us regular black people on these shows. Because real Negroes would have been hollering.
Listen,
we'd have been hollering.
Laid out.
We could have heard that baby say, what's that? What's that? Hey, what we supposed to do? What you want us to do?
And I would have thought up, baby, don't scoop none on your plate to even find out. Because,
don't worry about that. Don't worry. Come over here and get somebody. Don't worry about that. Just come on.
Y'all got me in tears tonight. Y'all are crazy.
Girl, what we gonna do? Bianca, what us gonna do if we find out that Kiarna really was cheating in the next room? I hope it ain't true.
Now, hold on. Now, I hope it ain't true. You're right. I hope it ain't true. I hope she ain't cheating in the next room.
Listen, making plans to meet him soon. I hope not.
But see how her man was treating her.
Was
he cheating in the next room too? So was she cheating to get back? Because he was treating her real crazy. Now we all talked about that.
Yeah, but see, when you show a man you ain't got no respect for yourself, he take liberties feeling like he don't have to respect you.
That's true. That's
just the facts, Jack.
But a lot of people don't think like that. So Kiarna K could have been going in. She was so gun-ho on this man. And she probably found out.
And she was confident because she's so much younger. And if she younger than him, she younger than the wife. You know, I ain't had no babies yet. This still got the new car smell on it. See, ain't I better than her? And it's like, yeah, you might be younger and thinner and got less mileage, but baby, you let that man play with you like that so he don't think he have to respect you. See, that's what we seeing. He don't respect her. That's why I don't like him, because I can see it on him.
And she should have just left him, because like a person like me, I never cheat back. I just leave.
You ain't lying.
Want to
Ain't
come
no
back.
cheat back. You get your stank behind
Yeah,
away from
you gonna want to come back. But thinking about the mind of people these days, if she feel like, oh, he did me like this, so I'm gonna get my get back, that's probably what she did. Now, I'm not saying that she did the right move, that she made the right
but
move.
Get back on who? Because Jess is saying that the man was with a whole wife, and Kiarna went and cracked her knees open up underneath him until she hunched him up from up under his wife.
Oh.
See, that's my thing right there.
See, I missed
because
that.
Yeah, but the story if that would explain his behavior toward her. He don't think he have to respect her.
And now I missed that part. I'm gonna have to go back and watch, because I was watching you and that at the same time. I was frying that chicken.
Fast forward to the end for the coming attractions for the next episode, and she said, "You took Greg from his wife." I said, "Hold on, Hattie."
I missed that. I missed that part.
Hattie.
That's the case.
That's why he feel like he could drag her a country mile.
Now, if that's the case, sis, I'm telling you now, I'm not a fan of Kay. Period.
Yeah, I'm already not a fan. But I hope this ain't true. Because how you clean this up? You done set up there and hunch that man out from up under his wife.
Yeah, you can't. Not doing no mess like that. So I can't wait till the next episode to see how she defend herself.
Young women do that kind of thing sometime, and then they justify it. That's why I was telling them, hey, as a public service announcement from an old lady to some younger ones, I don't care what that man tell you about his wife, that is still his wife.
His wife. Married.
That is somebody's husband.
Not
boyfriend. Not baby daddy, because those are not real titles. That is somebody's husband. Okay, marriage is the first institution ordained by God. Do not play yourself.
Come on.
Leave that there alone. You get that a whole lot of left alone. You didn't put them together. Don't you go bending over backwards trying to undo nothing else. Leave that mess alone. Now, if the man divorced, okay, well and good, but don't you go doing that. Don't play yourself. Kay look hateful and unhappy. If this is true, that would make sense. Yes, girl, that's what Jossie said. Jossie said she stole that man. You can't steal a human now, because he was just as dirty as her. He got the condo in the picture frame with no plans of marriage. Yeah, every time marriage come up, he get the twisting and turning. Yeah, no, they don't respect you if you go to hunching them while they still married.
Come on,
you done showed him he ain't got to respect you. You don't respect yourself.
And that's what I was about to say. Like, it's one thing to go into something and thinking or knowing that it's completely taken care of. But if you know this man is sitting up here married and you still entertaining a married man, something wrong with you. And then you also have to think about how that mess gonna come back on you. Because you're gonna have to pay for what the hell. You're gonna have to pay for what the hell you did.
Let me tell you
God don't play about that. That's the covenant. A marriage is a covenant between a husband, a wife, and the God. Lord.
Now listen, you got a minute where I tell you what I know happened to somebody?
Yes, ma'am.
Bad too. My best friend / sister, one of her cousins, started going with this man named Don. Now Don was married to Edlene. Now the wife he was married to, real saved lady. I'm talking about Holy Ghost. You would think Edlene lotion up in blessed oil daily. You would think she greases her scalp with blessed oil. Like she one of them sanctified sisters, right? Ooh. So he jumped up, left the children, didn't care how they made it, ran off with this other girl, and she was younger too. Pretty girl at the time, real pretty girl. Like you can't take nothing from her.
Not at the time.
She ain't no more. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So he started living with the woman. They were shacking up. He never divorced the wife either. Mm-mm. And the wife, she didn't divorce him. She just kept praying. And everybody, she used to work with us at the prison. She sure did. Yes, she did. She ended up getting her nursing license. She started off in medical records and she went and got her nursing license and she started working in nursing with us. But that's what she was doing. Real sweet lady too. And she never divorced that man. She just kept right on praying. And you know, us, we like, girl, you ought to divorce that man and get you a husband because she's such a nice lady. You ain't nobody want to see that for her. You know, you see nice women, good people, you want to see something good for them. And she say, no, I'm just believing God for my husband. I'm believing God for my marriage. I'm going to just keep on praying. Girl, she kept on praying. She say, no, I don't believe in divorce. I believe that once that's your husband, that's all. We try to tell her, no, the Bible ain't say that, Edleen. You could leave, you could leave. She say, no, I'm going to keep on praying. I'm going to keep on praying. Girl, and this went on for years. Ooh. Do you know that girl ended up getting sick? Not regular sick either. Something went wrong with the skull. There's some kind of infection in her skull and brain. They ended up having to take out part of the bone on her skull, and something about the way they had to do it, they couldn't even put a plate in her head. So she now has a soft spot. She have to wear like special gear on her head. Her hair
like
gone.
The babies.
The girl, he was
helmets.
And she got real sick. She don't have good motor function no more. None of that. And then when she got sick and went all the way down, I believe, and don't quote me on this part, I believe they say she had trouble toileting herself and everything. You know, that man left her high and dry. When we know anything, he back over there to his wife all these years later.
Yep.
Leave that mess alone, ladies.
Leave it alone. It ain't worth it.
And the worst thing you can run into is if that woman is a praying woman. Leave that mess alone. Leave it alone, because I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all go bothering somebody's husband, and that woman is a praying woman, and she go crying and going to God on you and falling out at the altar. You can just listen. Go ahead, make out your will, decide who getting all your stuff. You don't know how this finna go.
But what kind of person are you in the first place? Because if they would go against somebody who they made vows to with you and God, and then
remember,
they gonna
Brad
turn
got them
around
churn with that woman too.
Yes, and then they gonna turn around and F over her to cheat with you. You think they ain't gonna do the same thing to you?
And she bold, Bianca, because if this is true, you around that woman chilling, talking about you be helping him with the children. You think that woman want the heifer that drug her cat in her marriage around her children?
Come on.
Hey, Lord. She bold.
And to even be bold enough to step up to the children.
Thank you.
Knowing that you did what you did, you're a different type of person. See, and that's why I don't like situations like this, because that's when I would beat her tail. And I'm just being honest. Because you know everything that you freaking doing, I'm gonna get on him too. Trust me, me and him gonna be overdone with and gone. I'm gonna get on his behind too. But for you, for you to sit up here and know exactly what you're getting into, it's not like he lied to you. It's not like you were blindsided. You did what you did with intention. So everything that you got is with that same intention. Right.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. And the thing is, when you go sniffing around somebody else's house like that, you don't know how that woman gonna take it. You don't know whether she gonna beat your tail, whether she just gonna let it go and let God deal with you later, or like the lady I just told you about, whether she gonna be one of them that just keep going to God on you until the Lord get tired and do something, and then you know you don't want that smoke.
And that's the worst.
Hey, I would rather get my behind whooped. I'm gonna tell you that now. I'd rather you jump me with all your cousins. Don't be going to God on me, please.
Come on.
Because I've seen that when I tell you with my own two eyeballs, I seen that with my own two eyeballs, how that go.
Ooh.
Listen, the worst case scenario, you run into a praying woman.
Come on. Okay.
Ooh, I hope
Hey,
this.
better. I don't know what she gonna do.
Me neither.
But
Me
I'm not
neither.
for it no more. I'm like you. At this point, sis, I'm like you. All these people crazy.
Uh-huh. Now you starting to see my point of view why I don't like none of them. Now you starting to see it, ain't you?
I'm like, all of them crazy. Because what the hell? Because I liked Kay when she got the bottle bashed up upside her head.
I liked her before that. And she
That's
was
what I'm
pretty girl.
saying.
She like
I
had a
like
little
that
business
Kay.
going. And then the more we got to know her, it's like certain people, the more they talk, you realize I don't think I like you. And now Jocelyn done came here and blowed up her spot.
Damn.
All I can say, I hope this here ain't true. I sure hope it ain't true. I listen, I pray for
her. Yeah, because hell.
because everybody done made mistakes. And I'm not that person to sit up and be like, oh, one mistake, one sin or mistake is bigger than the other one. Everybody done made mistakes. So I pray for her. But girl, this here is sticky business.
Well, what Jossie is saying, it wasn't a mistake.
I don't mean mistake like you didn't know what you was doing. When I say mistake, I mean poor choices.
Yes. Okay.
Poor choices. Okay.
Got it.
When I was being a hooligan, I knew what I was doing. I knew it was wrong, but I made a lot of poor choices. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's an ex something. Everybody's an ex something, or you
know, I know.
You know, so I got friends that was there's some ex hoes, and I got some friends that still hoes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got some friends that's ex dealers, ex users, ex robbers. Everybody's an ex something, or you a current something. You either used to do it or you still yet doing it.
Come on.
Even if you hiding it and think don't nobody know. So I ain't gonna beat her to death over it, but you know this don't look good. I hope it ain't true.
Yeah, because the difference is you in the spotlight and you chose to be on a TV show, so you kind of opened yourself up for this type of critique.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
I hope it ain't true though, because see,
I do too.
My mind immediately goes to how bad this can go.
Yeah,
because when you mess up like that, low key, that woman, you offended her, I'm sure, but you did her a favor because that was a piece of trash that definitely needed to be at her house.
Come on.
But you hurt yourself more than you hurt that woman.
Mm-hmm.
When you go pick up another woman's trouble, you are hurting yourself more than you hurting her.
Did you hear what you said? When you go pick up another woman's trouble.
Yeah, because that's what we used to call it. When you go land up with somebody's husband, you borrowing another woman's trouble. Don't borrow nobody's trouble. Don't borrow nobody's trouble. That's her trouble. A man that's willing to hold around on her, that's trouble. Why are you borrowing that from her? That's what you want for yourself? You don't borrow another woman's trouble. If he round there whooping on her, he gonna be whooping you in T-5, 4, 3, 2. Ooh. If he holding on her, it's your day next. If he financially abusive to that one, your day coming.
Come on.
You don't borrow another woman's trouble.
Come on. And don't even do that. Let's please keep a house. I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, if your husband ain't no good,
whole house up.
Listen, if your husband ain't no good, on me. I'm gonna leave him with you. The best I can do for you, sis, is pray for you that he find the Lord. Because I'm not taking your trouble. You gonna keep that.
Come on, gonna keep it.
You gonna keep that. You ain't got no choice but to keep it. Because I'm not picking up your trouble. And see, not Jossie, but if this is true, Kiarna should have left that woman with her trouble.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, but if it is true, that explains his attitude toward her. Because I didn't like how he was acting with her, like he doing her some kind of favor. That would explain it. Because that girl too young, too pretty, too fine for him to be acting like he doing her a favor. This would explain it.
Exactly. Because look what she looked like. He would be more than happy to be on the camera, to sit up here and say,
to be seen with that good looking girl.
And it's promoting him. So even though he's not the spotlight and he have glimpses here and there, he's still
It's
getting
a good look.
promotion for whatever his business is. He's still looking good.
There you go. It's a
So
good look, unless it ain't a good
yep,
look. And if this is true, that would explain why he ain't in no hurry, because people in his social circle probably know this the heifer that you was hunching on and tore up your house.
yep,
That's a
yep.
mess.
And he thinking of the worldly things, but you ain't thinking of stuff godly.
Listen, I don't know why people be living like God ain't watching. He don't shut the
Come
blinds and
on.
quit looking. He see everything going on.
Because he can snatch it away in 2.2 seconds.
You better hope all he do is snatch it away. Did you not hear I told you that girl got a hole in her head?
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Listen. Mm-mm. No.
Mm.
No. You couldn't pay me. You ain't got enough money in all of the Federal Reserve. Jerome Powell couldn't print me enough money to tell me to go lay a finger on somebody's husband. Who?
Come on.
Who? Get somebody else to do it.
Come on. And
Get somebody else to do it.
I still don't understand a woman that want to lay behind some other woman's husband. If he feel like his wife is less than and can cheat on her at the drop of a dime, and she has bared children, she have done all these things for you. What the hell you think he gonna think of you? Like, why don't people think like that? That's why I don't even entertain the bullshit crap. I don't even
You said it
entertain
how
the
you
bull
wanted to
crap.
say it. But you know, and I want to look at this here. Believes in JB she hit on something. That's that being young and dumb. But I'm gonna say this. You know, some of us, young and all, even when I was young, I wasn't stupid like that.
Come on. I was just finna say
I was never stupid. My sister was, though. That when I told you I don't talk to no more, she was stupid like that. She was going with this man, Curtis, they was calling Black. And he was married to Shawana. Anybody from Ocala watching, y'all know Shawana was married to Curtis, was married to Black. And I ain't lying. And I don't care if y'all repeat it because it's the truth. And at this point, ain't no secret my sister was going with him because she went and got a baby by that man later. But I'm 7 years behind her, Bianca. Okay? She was young and I was younger. And I remember her talking about he was married and the wife had cut the ties because she caught him out with my sister and all that. And I was like, why would you be talking to somebody's husband? Mind you, I was in high school and I wasn't dumb. And she say, well, he say that she ain't this, and he say that she nasty and she got an attitude and she don't be doing this. And I was, think now, high school Nitra, not grown Nitra.
Come on.
I said, Lisa, don't you think he would tell you anything that he think would get you to lay up with him? How could you even trust what he said about that lady? He could say anything to you to make you feel like it's cool for you to do whatever. I was a whole jitterbug and I wasn't stupid.
Come on.
Underage.
Same.
Milk around my mouth.
Come
and I wasn't done. You know, I think we put a lot of stuff on young and dumb, but a lot of that is just your character.
And that's what I believe. I believe that so many people sit up here and say, young people won't do this. But when my young behind was 20, when I blooped to the don't, I knew exactly what the hell was going on and I knew how to protect myself. So,
but it's the fact
like,
that when they do stuff like they're going with people's husbands and stuff like that, young girls don't have no moral compass and a man could just lead them around by the nose and they don't know which way is up. I was, like I said, I was a whole jit. A whole jit.
Exactly.
Couldn't no man lead me around by my nose and convince me to do a goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no. I'm telling you, stuff like that it's a matter of your character. This is who you are. You get into stuff like that and somebody can convince you that doing wrong is cool because you could show that the other person may not be perfect, or you could make a case that the other person ain't perfect, so that justify your bull crap. And Class is saying that here for almost 40. I don't know if she almost 40, but I know she in her 30s. And that's old
even
enough.
In 30s, you should know better than that. Even
if
in your 30s.
Year old me, If me at 15 knew better, how you don't know no better at 30?
Come on. I mean, I've been waiting for somebody to say it.
She ain't that young. She ain't that young. She
Common
knows she know
sense
it
is
ain't right.
coming.
Do you think her mama know? I don't think her mama know. Hey, Pink, you think she know?
If her mama knew, I think her mama would have been tearing her up a little bit more than she was.
Mm-hmm.
So, no. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
her
don't
mama
think.
knew.
Yeah, I don't think her mama knew.
But she know now.
You ain't lying. If she watching this here, she know. She might be
She
sitting
know
there
now.
waiting to see what's gonna be said, or she might have called her and been like, "Heifer, you better explain it. I better not have to hear it on TV."
Come on.
Because Kiarna mama look like she'll swing on you. If
She
we being honest,
will.
she look like she'll swing on you, and she should. Let's be clear, she should.
She will.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the energy I'm thinking I'm picking up now. And you know, if this story is that, then that would explain a lot of stuff. That would also explain why she's so miserable. Yeah, mama don't like him no way. So I feel like if mama knew that part,
It would have been overdone with and gone. Or it should have been. I will say that. Because children have their own free will.
yeah, it
And I
depends
know
on your
that
mama.
from experience with my great grandma.
I'm gonna
So
tell you like this. Depends on your mama. If the mama's strong enough, it'll put you in a position of either I'm gonna have to cut this Negro off, or I'm gonna have to sneak and go with him, or I'm gonna have to stay completely away from mama because she ain't gonna let up. Some mamas will back off and be like, well, you got to make your own decisions. I'm gonna still be there. You got mamas like me, it's non-negotiable. You're gonna do what you're supposed to do, or you're gonna get further. Because every time I see you, rah. Every time I see that Negro, rah.
come on.
Mm-hmm. I come from the school of mamas that'll go to the trap and drag you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't think the mama know. I don't think she know. This
But
bad, B. What's your final thoughts on these people? Because now I can't wait till next week. I need to hear more about this, you know, the husband snatching of it all.
And that's my final thoughts too. I can't wait to see what's about to happen with Kay. Okay. I can't wait to see what's about to happen with her. Wendy.
Karen. You think Karen coming next week, or she ain't gonna be to the third week?
I hope Karen come next week because you know I love my auntie Karen. Okay.
Yes, we
so
all
I
do.
can't wait to Karen hit that screen and hit Wendy with the now we in the same situation.
But Wendy didn't say nothing slick about her. She didn't say nothing slick when Karen was in trouble, though. I'm gonna give her that. She did.
No, she didn't. She didn't. I'm just saying, I just cannot wait. And then from the clips that I did see when Karen was talking to Wendy, I feel like Karen was really talking to Wendy. She meant everything that she said, and it wasn't on no malicious, no BS type of stuff. I feel like Karen was truly genuine. So
I think so
can
too.
appreciate that too. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm just that's what I'm looking forward to. I'll leave it there.
Same. I gave him an 8.2. You say you gave him an 8.
All right, I gave him an 8 because it was good.
It was. I'm wrapped up in my blanket. I'm gonna call you when I get off here so you can tell me what that thing was you were talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go and get these folks to bed, girl. All right, everybody. This was fun. We ain't hung out this long in a long time, but I have enjoyed you guys. This has been a blast, an absolute blast. So listen, y'all know what time it is. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, I need you to please hit the like button on the way. If you're in Discord, and I hope you are, okay, get in Discord, because they always know when I'm gonna go live. I tell the girls in Discord first, okay, and my nephews is in there. Also, if you want, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because you know we're happy to have you here as always. You want to join channel membership and put that crown by your name, by all means hit the join button next to the video or the membership link in the description box. Now, also in that description box, we got the link from my book, Little Girl, Big World. It is a survival guide for our girls leaving home for the first time. Let's keep all of our daughters safe, please, and thank you. And if you can't afford a copy, my information at the bottom of the screen scrolling, holler at me and I will make sure that you get a copy for free, because I am that serious about all of our daughters. All right. Also in the description box, we have the link for our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear and represent the royal family. We got the link for our storefront so you can shop for your home like I shop for mine. And I got the link to my wish list, which has just been updated with great Sour Patch Kids. So if you want to bless a girl with a snack, pens, notebooks, so we can keep the gossip straight, I appreciate any and all support. I want to say a thank you to Adrian Maria. Thank you to Gossip News. Thank you to Catherine Bennett. I want to say a thank you to absolutely, and Candy Butler, absolutely everybody who supported the stream. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. So as always, as you go to bed, good night, sweet dreams, say your prayers. Don't just go falling asleep and don't ask him to look out for you. Say your prayers, okay? Y'all get up and get ready to start your week tomorrow. Remember to be positive and productive. Encourage the people around you and encourage yourself too. That is super, super important, okay? And remember, in case nobody else says it to you guys, remember, God loves you. I love you. And there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'll talk to y'all again soon, okay? Good night.